Cada vez que yo me encuentro solo, me pongo a pensar en ti, mi amor. Down the Coonville, baby, was thrilling. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice. Mama nice, mama nice.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos Show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, and the Big Kahuna Juan Mendoza. Tonight's special guest from Tejano Talk, Buddy Saucedo. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com. Musician Danny Farias. Mar Azul Tequila. Taste the new face of tequila. Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas. The Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Jamie's Record Shop, and Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
All right. Welcome to another awesome show, the Three Amigos Show, live on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. And, of course, we'll be streaming on Tejano TV. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors, my baby Lila Cervantes with Lila Lisa Promotions. And, of course, Archie's Homestyle Burger. And, of course, we have Janie's Record Shop, which is our brand new sponsor. And, of course, we have Mar Azul Tequila, the new face of tequila. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. And hopefully you guys are having a great Wednesday. I am El Guy, Juan Mendoza.
I'm the Deester.
Marcus Daniels, the Midnight Cowboy.
Wow, okay.
And Buddy Saucedo.
Yes! The first guest to get the owner right. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
All right. We want to welcome Mr. Buddy Saucedo. Of course, he's the owner of It's Tejano Time and Tejano Talk, of course, on YouTube. You guys can check it out every Tuesday. Yesterday, we were actually on his show. We invaded his show. And now on this Wednesday, he returns the favor and gets to invade our show. Welcome, buddy.
I'm
and
scared.
we want to welcome all of his guests out there. If they followed yesterday's show and they're on our show tonight, we just want to say, no. Last time I did this was in Vegas. So,
All right.
you're supposed to take a shot. Hi, buddy.
Hi, how's it going? I dreamt a lot about you guys last night.
Why, thank you, buddy.
And I watched the show several times and I go, oh my God, I can't believe we said that. But
Well, we were kind of worried, my friend, because Juan gave you the link for tonight and your Facebook account was like blocked.
We thought we got you blocked on
We
Facebook.
thought we thought we damaged your show.
you know what? Okay, I almost thought the same thing.
I was like, man, we done got him kicked off of Facebook.
No, he kept saying, I don't want to get canceled.
Wait a second. This morning, I looked at, before the show, I had 599 subscribers. I was going, oh, cool, I'm going to break 600. This morning, I look at it, 598.
We lost one.
What?
I'm sorry.
We're
sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry, man.
It was probably Nemo himself.
Oh, my Lord, Nemo. No, it can't be Nemo because Nemo doesn't even have a YouTube. Yeah.
Oh man! Now I was like, I'm gonna send him a link. All of a sudden, I was like, man, it's not going through. I looked at your page and it said, I can't remember what it said. It was blocked. It was off. I was like, man, he done blocked me or something.
I'm blocked for 6 days. Because normally, what I do is for the show, we go live on Tuesday, and on Thursday I like to, because I do a new link with a new thumbnail, And Thursday, I reposted in all my Facebook groups that I belong to, and I'm not gonna be able to promote it the second day. I did it on Sunday, and I did it on Tuesday before the show, and I like to do it again. And then I try to like Joanna Ray is gonna be on next week, so I like to get her thumbnail done or the next guest done like Friday or Saturday. But if they don't give me stuff, I have to take it off the internet, and I wish I had the skills that you had.
Oh no, Carl, we had to do with you, buddy. Thanks, man.
You guys didn't ask me for any. I said, Juan, do you need anything from me? He said,
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Five,
Did you just subscribe?
Let's get him up to 600.
Okay,
Man.
just subscribe. Thank you.
Tonight's telethon will be to get Buddy one more subscriber, just one.
If you had social media, you could be the 600.
This is what happened when I tried to find them and stuff last night. I said this content isn't available.
I got one.
I was like, damn, I think we offended him a little too much, and he just blocked me.
I thought
this morning I was going, what the heck?
I thought Facebook censors had saw the show and went, snatch.
So this much craziness, no, we can't handle this.
Yeah.
But welcome to the Three Amigos, my friend.
Can I be the fourth one? Just for today.
Yes,
Just
today.
for today.
Okay.
Before we go.
Oh wait, Marcus, I told you you're my favorite. What I wanted to show you. This is Stephanie's first her first newsletter.
Yeah,
That's
with the brown hair, huh?
She was brunette.
It's way back. Yeah, brunette. The brunette Stephanie.
I prefer her.
Free
as a
Savala.
brunette.
Yes.
All American sweetheart.
Nice. Miss Mercy Perez, she says, hi, guys. Hello, Mercy. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Mercy.
We have Mr. Tony Martinez says, hello, Marcos.
Yes, sir. That's my buddy. Austin, Texas.
They're Mexicanizing you.
Or
huh,
Georgetown.
Marcos? No longer Marcus.
Georgetown or
Marcos.
Pflugerville or Round Rock.
Man, that's crazy. Buddy, how long have you been in the industry? Because you've been around since the 90s. And of course, that was your favorite era, and you had your show and everything else. How long have you been in the industry?
I think I started Tejano Time in 96, the year after Selena died, passed away, well, murder, whatever, like that. And but before, I don't know, do you want to hear my whole history?
Yes, Grandpa, please tell us.
We have you.
First, I want to know why these two guys were ignoring me all last night and all today. I sent a link. The link, I said, is this Buddy on this video show? And then I said, hello, like Juan, like nobody would answer me.
Well, it was obvious it was Buddy. He even said, my name's Orlando, Buddy.
Oraldo.
Onaldo.
So it is, okay.
Thank you.
So
I go by Buddy because people can't say Oraldo.
He was young, had the little black mustache.
I know.
I had a ponytail back in the day, too.
Looked like Desi Arnaz with the cowboy hat.
I used to play with it. Yeah. But I had that because back in the day, who was it? Pete Acevedo had long hair.
Yeah.
Also, so I grew it out. My dad hated it.
You know who started that craze? That was Billy Ray Cyrus that started that craze.
Oh yeah,
I didn't have a mullet.
The mullet.
No,
And everybody else started growing their hair long.
I slicked it back. I had a ponytail.
Rico Suave.
You know what? Funny you say that because back in college, people would say I look like Ricky Martin back in the day. Okay, I know you can't see it now.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
You were out there singing. You were out there singing Menudo songs.
But A&M was pretty white, so over there. But, people say I passed for white. They call me a coke. Yeah.
We have George Salazar says, "Buddy, hello from Holland, Michigan."
Hey,
George is an awesome artist out there. He's got a great voice and a great
Wait, I know George. Yeah, I met him in Vegas.
Yeah, he was out there in Vegas. Him and his wife, partying it up out there.
His wife. I met him past two Vegases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
George is everywhere. George, man, he's in San Antonio one week, and then he's in Vegas the next week.
Yes.
Then he's back in Michigan the next.
I told him that he reminds me of Jay. And he said, "Oh, don't say that. You'll blow up my head." I said, Dude, your voice sounds like him." like
Yes,
or very similar.
He does. He has a great voice. He has a great voice. So Jay better watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but how long did you do your show? What made you decide to do that show?
Okay.
It's Tejano time.
Well, okay. I was a teacher in
Was?
Fort Bend, south of Houston, and my brother was going to med school and he needed a roommate. So I told him I'll put in an application because I'm a math teacher, so I can get a job anywhere, pretty much. And so I said, okay, he's in Fort Worth, so I put several applications. I ended up teaching in Grand Prairie, I think. I can't remember, but so I ended up rooming with him during med school, and then summer came and I was bored. And so there was this program called the Chicano Luncheon on this cable. And I said, oh, wow, that's cool. You know what? I've got like 60, 70 days of vacation. I figure I'll go volunteer time. And so I called the Hispanic Chamber and they said, hey, how did you find, why'd you call us? Well, I saw the Chicano Luncheon. And then they said, you know what? You could go there. And I thought, really? I could go be on the show over there? So I did. And part of the tradition is you stand up and introduce yourself, and so everybody did.
Kind of like an AA meeting, huh?
Yeah, sort of. Not that I've ever been to an AA, but I introduced myself and I said, "My name's Saucedo. I'm a math teacher, and I have 63 days left of vacation, and I'm bored." And so a lot of people in the health industry were there, and they're saying, "Oh, buddy, you could help us with a blood drive. You can do this." And this one guy, he was named the Night Rider, Jesse Ortiz. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Well, he said, you know what, buddy, you can help me put on a Tejano concert. I go, Tejano concert? What's that? And everybody just looked at me and said, you don't know what Tejano is? So Jesse Ortiz, God bless his soul, he introduced me, and I became part of an organization called TOM, Tejano's Forum of Music, which is the concert that last night I was showing you that D was at, Culturas was on, and so they raised money for Hispanic scholarships, and that's how I started. And so I hated the accordion when I first heard it, because it's like polka music, and I go, yeah. I forced myself to listen to Tejano music for 6 months, and now it's not Tejano unless it has an accordion for me. I love the accordion.
I thought you were going to say you still hate the accordion. I was like, man,
I know. It's like, what?
You're going to get a bunch of haters right now. Oh man! So what made you do the show? I mean, you ended up with the camera on your shoulder afterwards.
Okay, all right. Well, I started liking Tejano music, and so I helped put on the concert, and I met these two people, and they did a show called Dance Tejano in Fort Worth. And so I got to learn how to dance because before I'm an Aggie, so I knew how to country western dance, and then it screwed up my country western dancing when I learned how to do Tejano like that. And so I learned how to dance Tejano, and then putting on these concerts, I met Stephanie. And so, like I said, Stephanie. And oh wait, here's the old Tejano USA, right there.
Nice.
Like that. That's from the '90s, and so. So I had, and videos had just started out in the mid '90s for Tejano music, and in North Texas, you could not see Tejano music videos unless it was like Saturday night at 11 o'clock, 1
Johnny
o'clock.
Canales.
No, it was Tejano country.
The Tejano country.
Yes, and so I had to put a 3-hour videotape in the VCR and press record before I went to bed so I could catch it. And hopefully,
Is that all them VHS tapes you have behind you?
Yes. Yes. These aren't from those days. These are of the show.
Oh, okay.
I think I produced like close to 200 shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell people it's that at one time I think I owned the largest personal collection of Tejano music videos in the world because they were all coming out in the '90s. So I had everybody's videos for like 2-3 years. I've got videos that people have never seen like that. And yeah, those are just copies of them. And I've got a couple suitcases down over there in my office and stuff.
So you became a Tejano fan big time.
I told you I did. Yes. Well, okay. The reason I did this is because I wanted, Stephanie I invited her to the show because when I was on Dance Tejano, I was there a lot because it's a gang prevention program. So we recorded like 4 shows in one night, and they had different changes. So they asked me to run camera for a little bit, and then eventually they asked me to be a host. I'm like, I don't like that. I barely know how to dance. This I didn't know. I didn't. My first language was Spanish, but I don't know how. I don't even know lyrics in English. Like that.
So you say Dance Tejano show, so couples were out there just dancing Tejano,
High school kids, yes.
like Soul Train type of thing.
Yeah, well, Tejano style, yeah. Estilo Tejano. Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
one video. Somebody did one in San Antonio a long time ago. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I remember Emilio did Learn to Dance Tejano. I was going to ask you didn't get that VHS of Emilio's Learn to Dance Tejano. I'm sure Marcus has still got it in his.
No, but there was an actual show that came on, and there was a bunch of high school kids, and they were playing different types of music like hip hop.
Yeah, I remember. They had the Latin hip hop. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I
like,
guess
and I remember
pop
they were
music and
interviewing
stuff.
kids from San Antonio's area high schools. I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah, well, we did some. We did country. We did some local hip hop too and stuff like that. But it was mostly Tejano.
Yeah, they asked a bunch of the kids in the audience, "What school do you go to?" "Oh, we went to this school, and we went to that school," and then they go to the next song, and they're all out there dancing like the way they used to back in the '80s, when it looks weird to us now. But
Yeah, if you go to YouTube, one of our Tejano Talk fans, his name is Jerry, and he lives in Fort Worth. He actually, when we did Tejano Talk, he was actually one of the kids that was on Dance Tejano.
oh wow,
Like that. And he was on the show as a guest because we're trying out to do the streaming thing, see if it worked, if we could figure it out. Today, I think the audio is good.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah, but I wanted so on the show, I got to meet Stephanie and various other people, and then Stephanie gave me her music video because I was doing Dance Tejano, and then I said, "Why don't I try to get it on the Dance Tejano?" I kept bugging them. And they said, "Well, buddy, that's not our format. That's not what we do." And I said, "Yeah, but we can do that." And so they got tired of me bugging them. And they said, "Buddy, you can produce your own show." And I go, "What?" And so they told me how to do it. I bought the least expensive camera I could afford. And I took a class, and then I started Tejano Time. And if it wasn't for my friend Medical Perez, he was my camera guy. He's taller than me, and because I went through a couple people that you couldn't count on. I never wanted to be in front of the TV.
Oh,
But yeah, I couldn't count on anybody else except me and Medical. If it wasn't for the Medical and his wife Tina, thank you out there. Okay, there would be no Tejano Time like that.
So what did you do? Go out to remote locations, different dances, and just start recording people?
Well, yeah, that's how it started first, and then I went to there's a club in Arlington, Desperados. Do you remember
Yes.
Desperados?
I remember that.
I was a regular there in the '90s, the late '90s, and because they actually paid for advertising on the show. So, and I went to it's called New West now, but it used to be called Tejano West, I think.
yeah, Tejano West.
In Dallas, I like that. And then Tejano Rodeo used to be in Dallas and Fort Worth. I think there was 2 or 3 Tejano rodeos in DFW at that time. And so I would make appearances in there. And I think there was another club called Zapata that was right across from Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. And so I was a regular. Oh, that reminds me, you're going to have Paul Rodriguez in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, Paul Rodriguez.
He did my show back in the '90s, and I'll tell you a story. If you want to know about a story about Paul Rodriguez,
Go ahead.
he cried like during this stuff, but I'll tell you later if you want to hear it. And
Paul Rodriguez he's a funny, but he's a real emotional guy. I've seen a couple interviews.
and he does like to take a shot or two.
Yeah. I saw one recently, and they interviewed him in California. I guess him and George Lopez had gotten into it at some point or whatever when he was talking about that Ralph Barbosa guy. And I guess George Lopez, he threw some shots at Paul Rodriguez, and I don't know, he just felt real emotional about that. I guess he was his good friend, and they taking shots at one another like that.
Okay,
That's crazy stuff.
yeah, I partied with him like for 3 days.
I think he actually hosted the Tejano Music Awards. So
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Back in the 90s, I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to hang out with him, D?
Yes, I did. I got to hang out with him several times in several different places because he also did La Semana Alegre during Fiesta, and we were playing at a club called Scratch, and he came down and partied with the band, got up, and when he introduced Culturas for the Tejano Music Awards, and he went on for like about 10 minutes about the black guy being lost. Being lost up here on stage, and did I know what Tejano was? And maybe he thought I was Cuban. Maybe he's Cuban or something, or Dominican. I don't know. So,
you know what? I was going to say this last night. Is Ruth Dominican? I think.
No. Ruth is from Chicago, I think. But no, she's just like me, a regular old black person who just happens to like Tejano music. So
whatever happened to her? Does anybody know?
Well, she got signed with Apodaca in Mexico.
She was with BMG also.
Yeah, and that was she recorded 2 albums, and then that was the last I heard of Ruth after that. But she was a tremendous talent, tremendous presence. She's great.
Yeah, I actually found an old video of hers, and we have it on the Tejano Classic TV. So we actually had one.
Red dress.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's Despacito or something.
I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
And a couple years
I don't think she came out with too many videos, but
yeah, I think I only have one of her Tejano videos. And then I remember last night I was telling you I've been away for 20 plus years.
Uh-huh.
And when I started listening to Pancho Pistola, he was from Kick FM back in the day.
This guy came prepared with props.
Oh yeah. I got a couple. Wait! I even have my own bumper sticker from back in the day.
Wow,
like that.
That thing still looks brand new.
I know.
They put it in storage, and then I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh, Tejano, yeah, that was.
Tejano.
Yeah,
Do you know who was on it? Who was one of the hosts?
Tejano wasn't Rock and Roll James, was it?
Yeah, it was Rock and Roll James.
Yeah. Down in the Valley. Oh, that was a great show, though. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, he was one of the hosts.
Yeah. What was her name? Norma? No. Anyway, I can't remember.
Roxy. Roxy was the host. Jay's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a redhead back in the day. Yeah. We talked a couple years ago. I think, yeah. I think not this year, but last year when Jay was performing and Roxy there. We talked a little bit, and she was saying that she was a hostess. I said, "Oh wow, I didn't know that." And so I looked her up, and I go, "That was her."
Wow. Now I've got some leverage. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you Google on YouTube,
when I talked to Jay, now I got leverage. Cool.
Didn't even know that. We
I
have
think we all have leverage on Jay.
We have Miss Juanita Chapa. She says, "Great to see y'all. What did D do to get Buddy blocked on YouTube?"
Why am I getting the blame for this stuff?
You're gonna have to watch the show.
No, man. Matter of fact, tonight's show will be run by Marcus, right, Marcus?
You guys are doing a great job so far.
Are you still on TikTok?
Yeah, I didn't get banned. No, I'm good.
Dude, he's been texting during the show. I see him look down and go.
You get notifications. Marcus is watching. Marcus posted, and you know when Marcus starts getting nervous is when he tells me to start playing videos.
You got any videos lined up?
We actually do. I know Buddy's not an artist, but we did come prepared with some videos. But let's get through some of these comments.
You know what? I was gonna say maybe you could have played some bloopers of Dean on the show.
Man,
he grabbed the mic out of my hand during one show.
Oh, no.
You should have left the microphones on last night. That was funny. We ruined your outro, man.
Oh gosh,
that was too funny. I was sitting there thinking about it too. I was laughing.
It took talent for them to keep straight faces.
They were trying to keep a straight face.
Yeah, you guys still had the volume up. We were off the screen, but the volume was up, and so we just continued our own show. And you guys were trying to say goodnight.
It was hard.
We're introducing ourselves, leaving. That was too funny. Norma Salazar says hello, Ricky Duran. Ricky, I guess he's watching somewhere. Shout out to Ricky, the Joker Man. Carlos Padilla, New Mexico in the house. Thank you for tuning in out there, New Mexico. DJ Rodman, what's going on out there? Houston, Texas. Doty's brother out there, DJ Rodman. Let's see, we got Gil Gonzalez. Saludos desde Encinitas, California. Thank you for tuning in. Califas. Let's see who else we got here. We got Norma Salazar. That's George Salazar's wife.
Yeah, that's her.
Hello,
yeah,
Gil Gonzalez.
She's a lovely lady. We hung out a lot in Vegas. Both times.
Oh, Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Puro Vegas will be there next year. Like this.
All right.
You'll see a bunch of pictures of us like this.
It's their 20th anniversary. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 20th. I thought it was longer than that.
Well, in Vegas, I think I was talking to David Chavez and trying to get my all access pass to see if he could give me one again. And
please come in.
well, you know what? I was nice and quiet, waiting my turn, and then he was talking to that J-Lo impersonator.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And then she was right next to him, and he was filling out cards for her. And he said, and then she said, "You're a very patient man waiting on us." I said, "Yes." Well, he's a very important person. He's a busy man. I'm going to wait my turn like that. And I think that's one of the reasons. Okay, buddy, get one over there. I said, "Yes."
Hey Juan, maybe Buddy can get us in.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're not going to have any problem.
Hey, if they deny us as a Three Amigos show, we're gonna have to go in and say it's Tejano time. So
It's Tejano time.
yeah.
we're gonna have to go in and say it's Tejano time. That's the only way we're gonna get in. If they deny the Three Amigos, man, because we're
Well,
gonna go
maybe
there. We're gonna be rowdy.
Maybe Keith can impersonate Tejano time. It's Tejano time.
Say, I'm Nemo. This is the other Nemo, and that's Buddy, and that's the other Buddy.
I doubt Nemo's going to go. I'm going to try to convince him, but
There you go. We got guaranteed free tickets somewhere.
Okay, so what's the story with Nemo? Where'd you find this guy? I like him. He's funny. He's hilarious.
yes.
We think alike. So
Yes, and he, I think you said, we just need to sit back and let Nemo just take care of it. Exactly. If I had to carry the show all by myself for like an hour, it'd be kind of boring, like that. I think I had to do it once or twice, and I called and texted everybody I could and said, "Please ask me a question. Please give me a question," like that. And but Nemo had the Tano Review back in the day. And I think it was based out of Corpus Christi. I think it was in San Antonio, but he had the DFW market, and I always picked up the newspaper. He claims that he was before Facebook.
okay.
He was the original Facebook because he would take pictures of people at the nightclubs, and everybody would open up his paper and they would try to find themselves. I did the same thing. I tried to find. Did he catch me this week? It was like. And so, but yeah, pictures were golden back in the day. And so I needed some promotion because I was on cable access back in the day. And so,
What's that?
cable access?
No, I'm kidding.
Promotion.
No, cable seems so long ago now. It's like
Oh yeah.
You don't have cable? I've got cable.
everything's streaming nowadays.
I don't have cable.
Yeah, but you have to have Wi-Fi.
Internet. That's all you need. Is
Internet.
internet.
All you need is internet.
Yeah, but I also like to watch the news.
Oh.
And so the news on YouTube is not very good.
I don't think I've actually sat and watched the news in months. It's just the same stuff again. Washington's in trouble. People get indicted. People get indicted for like the 15th time, and a bunch of molesters and a bunch of other crap going on.
It's an atmosphere of fear. They peddle fear. That's all they do.
That's all
they make you insecure.
Yeah.
You got to buy this. You need to watch out for this. But I get to watch the news like several times a day because Angela checks the weather, and I know she's going to watch this program. And Angela watches the news she rewinds the news. That's what gets me. She'll rewind the news to see if there's anything she missed. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I watch the news and I watch the news and I'm sitting there laughing at everything. I don't know why. It's funny to me. Everybody's getting indicted. People get in trouble, except for the murder cases. People getting murdered. That's the only thing I don't laugh about. It. Everything else is just humorous to me.
Yeah, I think it was Alex Gomez and Nemo on the show and telling me about Trump being indicted, and I go, yeah, whatever, like that. What? He really did?
Twice.
41 counts.
No, twice. It's 4 times already.
Oh, this was like a couple weeks ago.
That's how much I watched the news. I didn't know
Yeah,
the other
that's
two.
his 4th indictment.
I just knew it was twice because people put it on Facebook, and everything's true on Facebook.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's New York, Washington, D.C., Florida, and Georgia. So they're all spreading the love.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or the Texas border. So there.
Yeah, but Nemo was I needed free advertising and marketing, and so I'd see him at the. He said I forgot how the story went. We talked about it on the show before, and he said, "That's not how it really happened. I was stalking you." I told him like that because I needed some advertisement, and you owed to Auto Review back then, and so I promised that he could do the top 10 like that. So it was his top 10. It was never my top 10. And then later on, he could never remember it would be only every once in a while when he was available. And so he would just go grab I don't know who produced his top 10. I think it was probably from Corpus or San Antonio, and they would just redo it. And so he couldn't memorize it. So a medical, I would have to shoot Nemo medical because his Spanish is better. He could read, and so he would have to yell it out because it's in a nightclub most of the time. And so he'd be off camera. Sometimes I would catch the rim of his hat in there, and he would call it out, and Nemo would say, "And number 8 is Michael Salgado." Yeah. And every once in a while he'd try to say something funny, but he's a funny guy. So I definitely wanted him on there. Right. I actually, when I was like trying to get him to do this Tejano Top, I was already assuming he was going to say no. Like that. So I was already trying to figure out. Like he surprised me that he said yes.
Nemo, he looks very serious though when he's not talking or anything. He's like he barely cracks a smile. He looks serious. Like I was like I didn't know whether to talk to him or not, man. He just thought he was going to start cussing me out at one point, but he has a sense of humor once he breaks it.
He's got a different sense of humor, and I enjoy it. And then he waits for the laugh, which is good and then he breaks up laughing.
Okay, I need to know, what does the staff and faculty think of their math instructor who owns a Tejano Talk podcast, and does that interfere at all with the Eastfield College?
Most of the staff doesn't know. They don't listen to Donna music.
Puros gringos, they don't see this stuff.
Even I tell my students every year that I'm a YouTuber. I put it in like my little bio and stuff like that, and some of them are kind of impressed, and I say, "Oh yeah, that's what my parents listen to." Exactly.
Well, I was impressed. Like I told you last night, that concept you have of that failure can lead to success. That you have to fail to be able to improve.
You can only succeed if you fail.
Yeah, and that is such a great philosophy to have. Tell us more about it, please. Oh, that was it? Okay.
Failure is practice for success.
Yeah.
I tell all my students they're going to fail. First, and then you hear crickets.
No! Did I set you up for that, man? Really?
Yes, you did. And then I said, I'm totally serious. Like that. So if you are not comfortable with failure, you might as well leave because you are going to fail. And I wait a few seconds. I go, okay, let me rephrase that. I don't want you to fail the class. I don't want you to fail a test, but you will fail. But you're going to control your failures. And how you do that? You practice and you fail on your homework because it costs you the least. And you could keep doing that software I was telling you. That's why I don't grade it.
Oh, no. Tell everybody about the software that they didn't know that you don't really do your job at all.
No.
You're just
I'm earning my money this week.
He collects a fat paycheck and all he does is hit enter. Grades papers. You admitted it. We've got it. We've got the recordings.
I never said I got a bad paycheck. I don't live in a gated community, right, Marcus? I don't live in a gated community like somebody here.
I don't know. let's go ahead and get into a video here. We do have a couple videos lined up, and this is not actually Tejano. It is called a genre within the past few years that they've named Soldies, which is new soul, and of course in the form of oldies back in the day and stuff. But awesome group that come out of California. They're going to be in San Antonio on October the 12th. We're actually going to be there. If you guys are going to in town in San Antonio, we actually got the permission to go ahead and interview these guys. And we're going to be interviewing them at La 45 headquarters, which is right next to Jaime's Place in San Antonio. They're going to be performing at Jaime's Place on October 12th. So we're going to be there. The group is called the Altins, and they have an awesome album out. And this one is called When You Go, That's When You'll Know. Make sure you guys check it out right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Where's Juan?
What the heck?
Sorry about that. I had to step away for a minute.
How's your pee-pee break?
I wasn't doing that. I was trying to fix the TV. Lila's over there watching it right now, and she couldn't get no audio out of it, so I was trying to help her fix it. But anyways, that was the Altins. When you go, that's when you know. Awesome group out of California. They're going to be, like I said, they're going to be in San Antonio October 12th, and we're going to be having an interview with them as well. So if you guys are in town, maybe we can all tag team it and interview the group. Awesome group.
Dude, did you listen to the lyrics of that song? This song used to come with some kind of warning, like suicide warnings and stuff. She's better off, and you know the next word is dead. Better off dead. I was like, what?
And these guys have 45s out. That song is on the actual 45, and these guys doing the soldies genre, I guess it is. They come out with 45s and albums since more than CDs.
The clothes, the hair, everything.
But why? 45. Nobody's got the players for them. You have to spend more money to go out and find a record player.
You'd be surprised. I checked on some of those albums, and they're all sold out.
White kids.
Mine moved in.
I don't know. When the pandemic hit, I started buying albums left and right, man. I started buying 45s too, and it's awesome. I mean, they're selling out left and right.
Once the pandemic hit, I downloaded everything I could find. I'm still doing it now. It's a healthy habit. Just find it, download it, and
You still have Napster?
Would you rather own a vinyl or a Pokemon card?
Ooh, Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
No, but see, okay. Back when Pokemon and what were the things of the discs that you would play with? Which one?
CDs?
No. It was a game that Pogs.
Pogs, yes, I remember that.
Back when Pogs and Pokemon came out, I was on the road all the time, and I never got to enjoy any of that stuff. I never got to watch the anime. I never got to do any of that stuff. And so all the stuff that I missed, I'm doing now. So all the old movies, because when you're on the road and you're playing all the time, our Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays were all taken. You're on the road. And so you didn't get to go to the theaters. You didn't get to do all that stuff. And so I love date night. Friday night is date night. We watch old movies that I hadn't seen. And all the Disney stuff I've never seen, all the Aladdin and Princess Bride and The Little Mermaid. I've watched like 4 different versions of The Little Mermaid. So I'm catching up.
Look at Buddy's face.
You have being an artist back in the 90s, there's a 90% downtime. Okay.
No, dude. We practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was practice. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're on the road. Thursday to get there, Friday, Saturday to play, sometimes Sunday, then you're back home and repeat. And so you don't get downtime. The downtime is traveling, and if not traveling, then you're rehearsing because you want to do the best.
Or writing new lyrics and stuff like that.
Writing new lyrics, but I mean, when you're in a band, the show gets old to you. Right. So unless you can make it interesting every night, you pick up new material, learn the latest songs, write new songs. And so there really wasn't that much downtime. And either that or you're sleeping. So catching up on movies and going to, after I stopped playing, I've gone to Disney World, Disneyland. I've visited 49 of the 50 states. I will not go to Hawaii. And see, even now, that tells you why I won't go.
Volcanoes.
Is that why?
No, I will never go on a cruise ship, and I'll never go to Hawaii. First off, cruise ships, black people sink. I don't care what. I'm serious, dude. You know how you do the turtle? You take a lung full of air and you curl up in a ball. I sink straight to the bottom of the pool. So if I go on a cruise ship, I know it's going to sink. I'll make the first 50 miles, have to give up. If I go to Hawaii, Hawaii is a ring of volcanoes. I know that my toe touches the sand. So no, I'm not going to go. But I love to drive. I visited all parks and stuff. I
grew up Navy for 17 years.
Hey, thank you.
No, I wasn't in. My dad was in the Navy for 22. I served.
My sister was in the Navy.
Yeah, and
I'm from California.
I make fun of Marines because I tell them that they're part of the Navy.
Well,
yeah, and I hate that. But a lot of Marine friends, like Bumper is a Marine too, so he doesn't like that either.
For all your hate mail, just contact Buddy Saucedo.
No. Wait a second. I'm going to say something where they're going to. Okay, I'm sorry. You're excused, buddy. My dad was a corpsman for the Marines, and then if you talk to a Marine, the corpsman is their best friend.
Yes, because
Yes, because if they're injured, my dad took care of them like that. So they said, okay, he's an honorary Marine like that. I said, no, you guys are in the Navy.
you want to get the fight started, dude.
Hey, those are good.
Now, speaking of music that you would hate to sing on the road, D. Marcus, is there a song of yours that you just really didn't want to sing anymore on the road anymore? That on the shows when you guys were out there?
Well, you want to start? Well, it's probably the same song. You want to start it, Marcus, or shall I?
No, I'm trying to think.
I have a question for Marcus.
Like if somebody had a request,
Cynthia's
say, I
gonna
want to
help
hear,
me.
say like I want to hear Tragos Amargos. You'd be like, oh God, that song again.
No, I think the
old are you,
number one
Marcus?
on the hate list is probably "Way Down on the Border."
Oh,
Always
I know.
on a Friday
Bad
night.
boy cumbia.
Javier Molina, we love you, man, but duh,
Yeah.
Cowboys, cowgirls.
That's the way I feel about Neon Moon. It's like everywhere you
Yeah.
go, that song comes in. And then you go to like fanfare and everybody's singing that song and Tennessee whiskey over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, Tennessee.
You
Let it
brought
go
it
already.
up.
Let it go already.
What
Man,
about you? What about you, buddy? What song do you never want to hear again?
I'll probably get shot if I said it.
Yes, you will.
And I don't even know the name of the song. I get like a brain fart. It's and I
Sing it.
do remember Stephanie singing it, and that's probably the only time I ever liked hearing it.
Here with his singing debut is Orlando Buddy Saucedo. Sing it, buddy.
What is that? It's a God, everybody sings this song, and I'm
Cuatro Caminas?
what? What?
Cuatro Caminas?
No. It's
Volver, volver.
That's it.
Oh,
I'm so tired of that.
no. There's a tradition behind
Yes.
it.
But I'm so tired of it.
Those are one of your last call for alcohol songs.
Yes.
Or at a
that
quinceañera or a wedding.
That one
Everybody
and
sings.
Tragos Amargos. Once those comes on, that's it. Hit start hitting the exit.
Yeah, right
Puño de tierra. Oye, no más un puño de tierra. Man, I love watching people get drunk and just want to sing that song.
I'm not going to interrupt you this time from singing.
What was that video when I posted on Facebook where the guy gets drunk and starts calling his girl's name and he passes
It might as well have been Stella. But I like the fact that Juan should have been in that video. Lila!
Love you, goddammit!
Everybody's got an uncle that does that, right?
How old are you, Marcus? Because we were talking about generational.
I know, right? It's somehow D tries to make me younger than what I am. I'm not young at all, man. I'm old, dude.
I thought you were like
we're
in
the
your
same
30s.
age. You and I are the same age.
No,
Yes, sir.
you're going to be 58 this year.
What? No.
Hey,
Dude,
that's
hey, that's a
Ladies and gentlemen, you
compliment
heard
to
it here
you.
first. Marcus is 58 years old.
That's a compliment to you, man. I thought you
Grandpa
were a lot
Daniels.
younger.
wow.
I got the
Yeah.
secret of looking young.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Desperado days, and Nemo yesterday was talking about midnight, neon nights. So I'm
Neon
thinking
Nights.
we're the same age, man.
We were older back then. We got in there legally. You probably didn't.
Hey,
How
Juan,
old are you? How old are you? I don't know.
52.
You're 52.
Yeah,
I
I
thought you were like,
wouldn't have known that either. I'd have thought younger. I really do.
yeah.
I thought you
Juan's
were
the youngest one.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one.
how old are you?
44.
44. I thought you were 38, and I was going.
Oh,
I
nice.
thought
You hear that?
Marcus was in his
You hear that,
30s.
babe? I need to brag to Cynthia.
Yeah, but I tell my students I got the secret of looking young. I said,
What's that?
fat pushes out the wrinkles.
I heard
They
somebody
laugh so
laughing.
hard. I go, dang, it was that funny.
Well, Marcus has got the genetic secret, man, because black don't crack.
Black
So
don't crack.
Yeah. Dude, I thought you were in your 30s. I seriously.
Neither does fat.
Oh, no.
Wasted days and wasted nights.
Yeah, wasted days and wasted
Yeah,
nights.
that's Cynthia's song, and
I don't think I can
when
go wrong with that one. The Freddie Fender version. I
Yeah.
can't go wrong with that one.
Anytime she has the opportunity to request it, that's what I have to sing. And I can't tell can't tell her no.
So anytime Marcus sings it, you know it was a request from his wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
that's your
Neon
wife.
Moon.
Okay.
Or Neon Moon.
Or well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just those songs are really wore out so bad the
Yeah.
past 30 years already, and I can't stand it. Like hearing Neon Moon, especially on the radio when it comes on, and they treat it like it's a brand new song. I'm like, oh my god, I have to change it. I love Brooks and Dunn, don't get me wrong, but damn it, I can't stand that song.
When's the last time you've DJ'd a club one?
Oh my god, it's been a while.
Been a while?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
been since the Cadillac Bar was still open.
Till this day, do you play
No,
Neon
no, no.
Moon? The
No,
dance
I've
floor
done
gets packed, man. The dance
I've
floor
done,
gets
yeah.
packed.
Unfortunately, I've done a couple private,
Unfortunately.
private like quinceañeras, weddings, whatever, especially here. And I requested, of course, they want to hear that one, Tennessee Whiskey, and
Yeah.
the Chair, and I'm like, my God, there's plenty of other songs you could pick out of this, but of course, they're already drunk and stuff by then. You know, they want to hear their songs, and all my exes live in Texas, so I'm like, you're getting a hit over there. Like, no, like, I can't. Personally, I can't. I don't play them.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
What was your most embarrassing moment on air?
You know what? I said last night. You listen. Maybe last night. I don't know.
Hey, we got him kicked off of Facebook, and we almost got him fired from his job.
Yeah, I was worried about that. Remember, I said it might be the last show.
Oh no.
No.
Vegas is right here. Tequila shot.
All right. Well, I got a pickle shot, pickle juice.
That's nasty, man.
Hey, buddy. Tell the one Aggie joke that you know was good, but you hate it the most.
Me?
Yeah. You don't.
I'll tell you the first Aggie joke I ever heard. Okay. And let's see if you can see this. What do you call this?
Looks like a G. I don't know. What do you call it, buddy?
It's an Aggie hitchhiking in the rain.
Oh, that's not.
But my favorite,
That's a reverse Aggie joke. He reversed it on us.
my favorite joke is what do you call an Aggie after 4 years of college?
I don't know, buddy. What do you call an Aggie after 4 years of college?
Sophomore?
Boss.
Boss. I said sophomore. He said boss. Look at him. He's flipping all these Aggie jokes. He's flipping them.
Yeah, I didn't even know what an Aggie was until when I first moved to Texas. I wasn't born in Texas, so.
Where you from?
Yeah.
I was born in Virginia.
Alexandria?
What?
Alexandria or where?
Portsmouth, Virginia.
Oh.
That's why he's got that.
born in the military.
that
Dabbled in the Navy. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes
That's
sense.
why
Yeah.
I was
got
born
that
there. My
southern
brother was
accent.
born. What's that?
So he got that southern like accent.
I do.
Like, I was born in Virginia.
Yeah, I'm born in Virginia.
Well, when you're military, you pick up accent, so you accent to get kicked. Because I'm always the new kid. So, I had to drop a few guys down for picking on my brother a bunch back in the day. So, karate and all that stuff. I always had to take down the biggest guy, and then they stopped messing with us.
Karate, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, biggest guy is the easiest person to beat up. It's the small guys that you got to worry about.
He was watching Karate Kid back in the day.
I took
I'm
like
just,
3
I'm just
years.
trying to imagine Buddy with a gi on. Okay,
Back in the day.
stranger things have happened.
5 pounds pressure on somebody's knee puts them down.
Wow.
That's it. And then he brings him down. He's right there for an elbow in the face.
Never pick a fight with Buddy.
My daughter will. She's number 2 she was number 2 in the nation for Taekwondo. So
Well, she knows it's the big kids that are easiest to fight.
yeah. Wow. Dude, okay. I'm beginning to like you a little more.
Oh, but you were talking about swimming. I was on the swim team back in high school.
I was talking
I was a
talking
water
about sinking.
instructor.
I didn't. There's.
Well, I can
I
say
swim like a fish, but I'll get tired and I'll sink to the bottom, die.
the military pool was my babysitter during the summers.
Oh, wow.
And my parents would drop my brother and sister off and give us like $1 and it'd feed us all day.
Well,
They didn't throw you in the pool and say, get in there.
Oh no, we always try to get because we had to get a test, and we always try to be within the first 10 kids get tested.
But see, this is the argument for why parents need to beat their children these days, because our parents beat us, and they let us go downtown on the bus, spend a Saturday afternoon, give you some money to go to the theater, get some popcorn, come back home by 5 o'clock.
No, by the lights,
or else it was
street lights. Come on, you better be home.
Yeah, exactly. Street lights. Yeah. Nowadays, kids are talking back to their parents, cussing them out in public. And they're, Samantha, calm down, time out.
Yeah. I used to be a high school teacher. Well, I was a middle school teacher and a high school for 10 plus years. And I had girls had a plug in a curling iron class doing it. It was crazy.
Wow. And the parents bear no responsibility. I'm sorry, that's a subject I'm keen on. So
teaching college is so much better. My typical day is I get to camp. I have my first class at 9:30, teach for 3 hours. Whew, I was tired. And then I watch Netflix and YouTube until 2 o'clock.
But what kind of attitude do the kids have towards somebody in authority, which is what you're an authority figure? You're trying to teach them something. You try to impart knowledge. And you get what kind of feedback do you get from kids these days? In college.
If they don't want to be there, they don't have to be in my class.
That's true. They just don't show up. That's right.
They don't show up. I don't care if they show up or not.
You're a teacher. You're supposed to care.
Middle school and high school, you had to worry about those kids.
I'll take the 0.
Yeah.
Mr. Saucedo being mean to me.
You did some research on me. And you're right. I did write an excerpt for. I get book publishers asking me to review books all the time. They want me to write
And her book was good too, man. I liked her book.
Yeah. Well, she got a hold of me, and I said, "Why do you want me to read your book?" He said, "Well, she did some research, and she saw that I was the highest-rated math professor for Dallas County Community Colleges back in the day. Like now, we're called Dallas College." And I said, "Oh, wow." And so I reviewed her book, and I said, "It sounds good, but you're missing one of the most important things about learning math." And she said, "What?" And I said, "Failure." Like that. And she goes, "Oh, my God, you're right. Could you write something like that?" I said, "Yeah." And okay, wait, don't go there, DM. I said, and she took a picture of me, and I was like this. Oh, come on. Wait, that's Marcus.
That's Marcus.
I don't know why he does that.
Hey, Marcus, you going to get your revenge tonight?
Oh, my God. Yeah, if he brings it up, I will. Okay. You got it ready and prepared?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I went like this. I was this close to a 4.0 in my first semester at A&M. Like that. Do you know what a 4.0 is? Did you go to college?
Yes.
Okay, I know.
2 degrees, music education, music performance. So
okay, cool.
I was a teacher. I taught high school for 2 years.
Oh wow, cool. What
no, it was
in
not.
Texas? In Texas?
In Texas.
Okay. In San Antonio?
No, Bernie High School. Bernie Greyhounds.
Where's that?
Outside of San Antonio, just west and northwest of San Antonio on I-10. Okay.
So I went like this. I tell my students I came this close to a 4.0 in my first semester at A&M, and everybody and I said, "Do you all know what a 4.0 is?" And they said, some people say, "Yeah." Well, I said, so I decided to write it on the board, and I said, "Some of you will never see this, so I wrote it on the board." I said, I came this close to a 4.0. All right, and then I said, "You're impressed?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "This close," and then I moved the decimal over. I had a 0.4. Basically an F my first semester at A&M. It was the drinking age was I think 18 or 19 back then. I started college when I was 17, like that, and so I was chasing the drinking age. So happy hours back there were really happy hours.
Oh man!
And
So
so I had
did you really motivate your students in that manner? You know, say, hey, you ain't gonna be nothing when you grow up. And then did they ever surprise you and just pass your class?
no, I'm never like that. I'm always encouraging, except that I'm telling them they're going to fail. I tell them in a good way.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Yes.
You don't know everything. You're going to fail at some things, but you can improve.
Yeah. If you don't fail, you're not trying.
Good point.
Yeah. I constantly update. I have a file in my phone, and I keep collecting quotes about failure and stuff. I'm going to write a book about failure one of these days.
I like doing these interviews because I learn stuff from different artists. Like from Rick Valderrama, he makes a list every day of 10 things that he has to do, and he executes them, and that way he's had a fulfilling day, and that is a great practice to have. And then your advice about failure, you have to fail to be successful. It's inevitable. You don't know everything. You have to learn, and the best teacher is failure. So I like that. Thank you.
As you're a teacher, kids have to practice their instrument.
Dude, no, trying to teach kids how to be passionate about music did not work because kids are too big this is high school. In high school, they're too bad. Well, gee, do you think she likes me? Well, what's her best friend say about me? And it's just, sob story after sob story.
It sucks to be you. I guess I don't ever have that issue with math. Everybody loves math. Devo, he flunked the FOM twice.
The only thing about math I loved was geometry. Everything else really, really sucked. But geometry, I'm a whiz at it.
I taught sheltered classes when I'm teaching in high school. So my Latino kids.
Wait. What's a shelter class?
Well, it's like a bilingual class, but I'm not a bilingual teacher.
Okay.
So it's sheltered, and so it's only Latino kids in this. They worked way harder to get a good grade than my regular kids, and like that, because I would get A's, B's, and C's from these, and they would bring me food. I'd see their parents. I'd speak to them in Spanish and stuff like that, but broken Spanish.
But you know what the difference was, though? The Latino kids, man, their parents are saying, you've got an opportunity here. Do not waste it. Make us proud. The family, you're carrying the family name. You need to go in there and make something because you're in America and you can do this. You can be anything you want to be. And then the other side are those, mommy and daddy will get it for me. When am I ever going to use math in real life? So.
Well, are you familiar with Willow Ridge High School in Houston?
No.
Okay. Well, it's a predominantly black school like that. And that was my first experience teaching. But I did my student teaching at McCullough High School. Have you ever heard of McCullough High School?
McCullough in where? Houston?
It's North Houston. What's that place? It's the rich area of town.
Yeah,
the Heights.
Woodlands.
Woodlands. Okay.
Yeah, and I enjoyed my time more at Fort Bend than I did at the Woodlands because parents suck.
As a teacher, he should know.
Yes, and so parents are always on my case, like that. And in Fort Bend, and Latino kids, black kids, parents. They came to like that, but if I had an issue, they took care of it. But if I go to the Woodlands, High School,
Woodlands.
in the Woodlands, they would say, "Why are you chastising my son or daughter? Why is she failing? Or why is blah blah blah?" I go, I don't fail anybody. I just report the grades. I answer everybody's question. That's what I do. Like you said, I don't do my work on AI. I answer every question like that. I tell my students, I said, whose responsibility is to learn this stuff?
Okay, well then on behalf of Marcus and myself, we want to ask you, well, what the heck are you doing in Tejano music? Is it just a passing fad that you just kind of picked up? Or, there's like two veterans here who are serious about the music and the craft. We just want to know No, just because you're Latino does not give you license. Man,
What makes you think
you
I'm
are the whitest Latino I know, man. Come on. I might as well call you Travis Saucedo.
Well, I've experienced racism in both. You know that Selena movie where AB
Jennifer
says it's hard to be a Mexican American. He's right.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, damn if you do, damn if you don't. We can never please anybody.
Come on, Marcus. Try being black sometime.
Yeah.
Come on, Marcus. Back me up, bro.
At least you know where you stand. I mean, I had students, when I said, I'm Latino, I had students tell me, "You're not Mexican, you're not Latino." I go, "How do you deny my heritage? I'm a very proud Latino." I said, "You just deny my culture by saying that." I said, "Latinos come in all shapes, sizes, and colors like that. And you can't just say that I'm not Latino because you don't think I'm your typical, stereotypical Latino.
Well,
Most people are like me. I mean, look, Juan's is white as I am. He's not darker than me.
And I went to an all black school in Houston. So
Juan is blacker than us. I'll tell you that.
He likes oldies.
I went to Jones High School off of MLK in Houston. So I went to the hood.
I taught the hood.
Now, the one thing I noticed with Latinos though is that blacks and whites can be tough on you, but Latinos are tougher on each other.
Yes.
And I don't understand that. It's just
Well, look at our industry. We cut ourselves down.
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, there's like 1,000 LULAC chapters in DFW, and none of them like to work together. What's the deal?
but it's everywhere in the Latino community, and that reminds me of the worst Latino joke I've ever heard, and I ought to tell it to you right now.
Go ahead.
You're brave. You're brave.
No. Okay. There's a beekeeper who had 3 sets of bees. He had the American bees, he had the African bees, and he had the Mexican bees. Why am I the only one? Thanks a lot, Juan. Okay. Beekeeper. He's got American bees, he's got African bees, and he's got Mexican bees. On the American and the African bees, there are 2 lids screwed on tightly. On the Mexican bees, no lid. And the guy asked him, "Well, why is that? Why don't you have a lid on the Mexican bees?" He says, "Oh, it's easy. Once some of the bees try to get to the top, the other bees just drag them back down."
Not a lie sometimes.
No,
It's not a lie sometimes, because I've seen it in this industry, and it's
it happens in this industry.
That's because people feel they live in scarcity. They think there's not enough for everybody. And I think like the Tejano podcasters, like I try to help everybody promote. I promote Lawrence's show. I promote your show. I promote Bumper's show. Everybody that I come in contact, there's room for all of us. I said more Tejano, more better.
Yeah.
I agree.
We're only like a little piece of the industry. You got the whole Latin market around us, and country and hip hop and everything else. We're only the little piece of that, the Latin industry, and you got everybody scrounging for that whole piece.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave nothing for anybody.
We had Stephanie on the show, and she said she struggled. She was like on the what is that thing? The Latin Music Awards, she struggled to keep Tejano as its own category, for years and stuff like that.
So regional Mexican?
Yeah, but it was like Tejano, it was one part, then regional Mexican and all that. And she was doing a losing battle because people wanted to just lump us all up together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's still what they're fighting now. I mean, like the Grammys, everybody's still fighting. Everybody's pissed off because, they want to say it's Tejano and stuff, but
just say El Plan. Go ahead and say El Plan. You want to say El Plan?
Why? El Plan. But but they give it to the regional Mexican, and then you got everybody signing up to be part of the Grammys and stuff like that. They want to be affiliates and stuff like that, and still no Tejanos are winning. So I'm like, what the hell do you sign up for? You're not going to advocate for Tejano music. You know, you let all the Mexican. There's nothing wrong with the Mexican regional music. There's nothing wrong with all that style, but we have to separate it. And if you want to be Tejano, be Tejano. If you want to go norteño, then go that way. There's nothing wrong with it, but we just don't. We're not in the Tejano industry no more. It's everything's all blended in now.
I always said Tejano has lots of flavors. I mean, rock has lots of flavors. I mean, you got hard rock, soft rock, metal, all that other stuff. And Tejano's the same thing. You got Tejano country, Tejano mariachi, you got Tejano jazz. And,
Punk Tejano.
What?
Punk Tejano. I need to break Punk Tejano.
New genre. I've heard that. I've been away 20 years. Oh, but you asked me a question. What brought me back?
Yes, that was what in the last segment.
About an hour ago.
About an hour ago.
Do you want me to answer?
Yes, please.
There was a guy that was big in Tom. He's one of the big contributors to Tejano's form of music. He owned a restaurant in Arlington, south of U of H, University of Houston, and it's called Casa Jose. And a lot of Tejanos in North Texas know Jose Mora, and he passed away 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. He passed away in April, and 2 years ago, I think it was, just before I started my YouTube channel. And back in the early 2000s, I stopped it back in the late 90s, like 99. I went broke, decided I'm gonna go to grad school, I'm gonna go get married, blah blah blah, have kids and stuff like that. So he passed away, and I started dancing salsa, and at Eastville College I started a salsa club. I thought about doing Tejano, but it's hard to get a room because Tejanos we run in a circle. Like that. But salsa, you could dance right where you're at and not move for 5 feet. So I do salsa.
You were playing a lot of huapangos then, huh? Because everybody's going in the circle then, huh? Stomping that floor.
Yeah, but I like salsa music too. So, but I went and to the funeral. It was the first funeral I ever went to. I mean, from church to grave. I didn't even go for my grandparents when they passed away a long time ago. I mean, I wouldn't go into the church to see the casket. I didn't want to go. So this guy was like I hope I don't cry, but he was like a not a dad, but like an
inspiration.
An inspiration, like a close Theo of mine. And like when I got my wife and I got pregnant, he was one of the first people outside my family that I told that I was going to have a daughter. But he passed away, and he passed away, and so a medical, my camera guy, and I saw my friends, and they said, and we were talking about the good old days, and they were asking me, he said, "But you need to put Tejano music back on YouTube, and the video show." And I said, "Yeah, I tried to digitize back in the early 2000s, but it costs like $50, $75 a linear hour." And I was going, I've got like 200 of these tapes that with like 6 hours, I can't afford that. I'm a teacher, and so, but I ended up that summer, I did a little more research, and I found this little thing for $150, a digitizer, but I didn't have a VCR anymore. This is all in Super VHS. I don't know if you know the difference between Super VHS and like that. You can't play these on a regular VHS player.
Right.
So I had to go to eBay and search for a few. And I had to buy like several before I found one that actually worked well. And so I digitized them, and I started putting one a week. And I put 50 of them on there. And so after that, while I started in August of that year, and then November, I was thinking about Tejano Talk. And then I was trying to get Nemo. No, wait. Yeah, I was trying to get Nemo on it. So in November, and he was a hard man to get a hold of and stuff like that because he's always busy. So in February, he said yes. And so we started Tejano Talk like the following August, like that. And then been on there ever since. So we're Tejano, it's Tejano Time is gone for 2 years. I don't own TejanoTime.com. I was kind of ticked off.
Yeah, we had that conversation. I think we all me and D, and we is several similar names.
Well, I'm the original.
Yeah.
I got video proof that
Yes,
it's Tejano Time.
You do.
Yes. And so, but I own it's Tejano Time. I own Tejano Time Productions, Tejano Time Entertainment, so Tejano Time ENT, and I own it's TejanoTime.com and all those. I haven't used them yet, but I've reserved them. So everybody says, you can't use Tejano
To have
Time.
them in your pocket, huh?
Yeah, I got them in my pocket, exactly.
He learned. He
Yeah, they
learned.
learn.
I learned the hard way because that's happened to me twice like that. There was this guy, I always thought Latin Life would be a good domain name. And I was going to start a newspaper called Latin Life. And one of my friends heard me say that. And he came out with a newspaper a month later. And I saw it. And I go,
Can we bleep him one?
yeah, that's a great name. I wonder where you heard that. I said, I can't remember. I said,
I can't remember.
when you had chance.
What happened was,
Yeah, and so he did a newspaper for that. Nemo wasn't that guy.
That's Tana USA.
Yeah, and so I own lots of domain names, and like I own Dallas Latin, Fort Worth Latin, Houston Latin, San Antonio Latin, Austin. You know, I own a bunch of them, and there's something I'm going to do with those later.
Juanita says, do we have any real Tejano representatives appointed to the Latin Grammys? Maybe they just don't know what Tejano really is. I know there's a bunch of people on there, and I know some of them are advocating for Tejano. Will we get results? That's the issue, as we don't really know if we're going to get the results, because I heard they actually canceled the term Tejano music and it's just regional Mexican now. So I mean, just left it open now for just Latin artists everywhere, you know. So I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the music. There's nothing wrong with like Frontera and all that stuff. It's good music and stuff, but we have to learn to separate it a little bit from what Tejano is compared to what the regional Mexican or Norteño is. That's the point. You can't sit there and play like some of the FM stations, play Los Cadetes de Linares and Los Tigres del Norte, and want to claim it off as Tejano music. It's not Tejano music. It's Norteño music. Yeah. And for some reason, you want to represent Latinos, that's fine. But, you know, we're that little piece of Tejano music that we need to preserve and save and stuff like that. And that's the part that's dissolving real quick because of that.
Because when you say Latinos, you're talking about the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, you're talking about the Dominicans, everybody. That's Latino music. And
like I said, there's nothing wrong with a lot of it. A lot of it's good, but there's a time and a place for that. And sometimes it's really not on the Tejano channel. You know, that's where we got to separate all that stuff from. I mean,
I have, I told you I was in salsa music. If you call a Puerto Rican Mexican, you're in for a fight. Because they hate, Puerto Ricans hate being called Mexican because they live in Texas. Because they're always mistaken. For
and they're proud to be Puerto Rican. Very proud. I mean, like we're proud. Yes. Tejanos, you know. Yeah. So we're going to defend it.
Ay, coño.
I wasn't born Tejano, but I got here as soon as I could.
But I mean, like I said, I know there's some people out there because they're always putting it on Facebook every time they get accepted into being a representative. So I know there's some out there. Will it make any results or anything? I don't know. Marcus, you asleep? I thought he was asleep.
Oh, go ahead, buddy. Wake him up. But you know when Marcus is texting, he's on social media constantly. So if you see his hat brim do this.
That's why I thought he was in his 30s, because they cannot stop being on their phone.
No.
Did you ever find a throwback pic of Marcus Daniels asking for a friend?
No, not yet. Nobody's come forward with that picture of Marcus in the '90s with the Bobby Brown Gumby hairdo. So I'm still searching for that. And no, I'm not going to segue to whatever you two have planned over there. Juan has got it queued
No,
up.
no. I hold on. I had nothing to do with this. This is Marcus's master plan here.
But see, it just goes to show. You asked the internet. You said, "Internet, produce a photo for me from
Good. He's
Marcus
breaking up.
Daniels."
Good. I like
I'm
this.
breaking
Marcus
up.
is breaking up. It doesn't want you to happen, man.
You guys couldn't hear me at all.
Nope. It can
It was choppy a little bit, but now
Okay.
you're straight.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Maybe I was just too loud.
Thank you. I protect it always. I love that. I love this.
You
Go ahead,
asked the
Marcus.
internet to produce.
Mhm.
You said, "Internet, I need this done. I need a photo of Marcus." But the internet flipped on you. Okay. And I said, I just made one small statement. Hey, someone, help me out with Dee's real name. They not only helped me out with your real name, but Juan, go
Yeah,
ahead.
the comment was, "We will never find out what D's real name is," and he was hiding it all this time. So
I'm not hiding it. It's just nobody knows it.
You said you would reveal it. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh, my junior year picture. Even I don't have that one.
Is that Dwight or DeWitt?
do it.
It's DeWitt.
DeWitt?
DeWitt Marshall Burleson. Oh my God.
Wow, that was 11th grade.
That's 11th grade.
So
Like
smooth,
junior
so
high.
debonair. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But those were the days. All I did was practice. I played trombone, so I practiced. I'd get up at my mom would drop me off at school at 6:30 in the morning. I'd practice an hour before early band at 7:30. I'd have band first period, third and fourth period, and sixth period. Then I'd go home and practice another hour. That was 8 hours of practice a day, every single day. And then on the weekend, I would just read. I'd make a plate of sandwiches, pitcher Kool-Aid. I'd lock my door and read science fiction.
Wait, what happened to the other classes?
Oh, that was my senior year because I was advanced. I was advanced. Even though they had me in special ed for 3 years, I ended up being an honor student. I was in state all 4 years of high school. So, yeah.
I did the same thing. They put me in remedial reading and writing, and then my senior year, I was in honors English.
Yeah. Well, we're both dyslexic, so that's one thing. I'm OCD, and you're ADHD.
I'm also OCD.
Okay.
It gets worse as you get older too.
Oh man, I can't. You don't sleep anymore, do you?
I can't sleep.
4 hours max. And then
I'm
you're
lucky
up.
if I get 6. Yeah. I mean, I have to have something on the TV. I have these. Yeah.
You got gadgets.
I sleep with these, and I listen to podcasts. I listen to put me to sleep. I put them on before I go to sleep. And plus, I think you might have this too, because since I think it's called tendonitis.
Tinnitus. Yes, a constant ringing in the ears. I've had it since I was 20 years old.
Yeah. And did you get that because you were on stage all the time?
I had a monitor. They were doing a sound check one night at La Vita, and this monitor all of a sudden went beep, and for like half a minute, 30 seconds, and so you couldn't avoid it. And then when it stopped, I've had this constant ringing in my ears ever since.
Does everybody have that here? Juan, do you have that, Marcus?
I have it a little bit from my military days. Just the constant noise going off and stuff. So every now and then, I hear, if everything's real quiet, I can hear it, and sometimes it gets a little bit louder, and I have to have the noise in the background. Like I sleep with the TV on. I sleep with the TV on because then I will really hear it. So I sleep more comfortable with having the TV on and stuff.
Or
What about you, Marcus?
Yeah, I can't have silence. So
Really?
I cannot have silence.
I have to have absolute silence. So if you go on a road trip with me, I don't put on the radio. I like the sound of the road. I like watching the scenery. And at night, I sleep with a fan. So this fan provides white noise. So that. But
I also feel it. I have
Yeah, I
to
love
feel
the
the breeze on me too.
Yeah, I can't sleep without it. I carry a fan with me on the road.
Yeah, I do too. I
Oh,
carry
man.
mine.
Dude, brothers from another mother.
Yep.
Mom was pissed.
All right, let's go ahead and get into another video here that we have. And this one is another awesome group that came out of Nebraska.
Afterwards, I'll tell you my Paul Rodriguez story.
Nice. It's an awesome group that came out of Nebraska. They came out with an album back in like 2017, 2018. The group is called Solmex, and the song is Quiero Saber. Awesome jam right here on the Three Amigos Show.
1, 2, 3.
Quiero saber cuando me miras en mis ojos, ¿qué piensas tú si te sientas como siento yo? Es puro amor. Quiero saber cuando te toca tu cuerpo, si sientas tú como yo estoy queriendo a ti. Seguramente que me tiene controlando tu amor y no puedo olvidarme la pasión. Yo no lo niego, necesito de tus besos más y más y me llena de tanto emoción, amor. Quiero besar tus lindos labios, quiero sentir todo tu cuerpo, oh, quiero llenarme de tu corazón. Saber cuando me miras en mis ojos, ¿qué piensas tú si te sientas como siento yo? Es puro amor. Quiero saber cuando me tocan en tu cuerpo, si sientas tú como yo estoy queriendo a ti. Seguramente que me tiene acostumbrando tu amor, no puedo olvidarme la pasión. Yo no lo niego, necesito de tu beso más y más y me llena de tanto emoción, amor. Quiero besar tus lindos labios, quiero sentir todo tu cuerpo, oh, quiero llenarme de tu corazón. Baby.
I just realized I'm a Tejano snob.
Why?
Why?
Because I've been in Colorado for a while. I've known New Mexico version of Tejano, and a ranchera is a ranchera. But I grew up with Little Joe and Ramos. I listened to the conjuntos like Dos Gilbertos and Michael Salgado and the Texas Tejano. I'm spoiled by that, and then I hear people from different regions try to replicate
Emulate
Tejano, and I just realized I'm a snob. I mean, Soul Mex, it's a good song. It's good for what they do, but I would not consider that Tejano. There's a groove and a feel to Tejano music.
That's a progressive Tejano. That's like back in the day they had that stuff.
Dude, it's jazzers who play Tejano.
Exactly.
Stephanie is from New Mexico.
I know she is, but she does not. She does not follow the New Mexico tradition. New Mexican Tejano or New Mexican rancheras don't have accordion; they have guitar.
Last night,
Uh-oh.
you kind of like that when Marcus and I were saying something about Stephanie. What was
What
that?
about her? I've known Stephanie a long.
I've known her a long time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. I will not. Nothing, man. Great
Well,
job.
yes, her
You're
dad
not gonna-
asked me to start a newsletter for her.
You're not gonna corral me into this discussion.
I want to hear a little about this because this is my girl Stephanie.
Oh man, she's great. I love her to death. Her and Gabriel or Gabriel, sorry, as everybody says, Gabriel. Something like. I mean, I love them to death, man. They're great people, wonderful. They invited me to perform with them in Vegas, and I did my shot. And so, no, I've got nothing bad to say about Stephanie on this program. No, don't put it that way. I'm kidding, Steph. Sorry.
What?
That's it. We're gonna have to invite her on the show. I want to hear this.
Oh,
No, wine, man, do you have some obsession with finding music no one else has or no one else plays?
Yes.
He does.
Yes, I know.
Yes. No,
That's how he found me. He was one of the first DJs to play my music. So
it's because you don't hear this. You don't hear the music on FM stations. That is the problem that I have with the FM. Is you don't hear these songs on the FM station. What do you hear all the time on FM stations? David Lee, Graham,
there's about 30 groups.
Jay with David Lee, Jay by himself, Jay with somebody else. And, that's all you hear, and that's all they continue to play to this day. That's why I was like, where do you hear all this stuff, all this new stuff at? This different stuff on internet radio. That's why that's why they invented internet radio, to get out of that norm of the FM and AM stations. So that's the reason why we have it. At Machine Radio, you can tune in every single day, and you're guaranteed to hear something that you've never heard before, because we're constantly adding the new stuff. That's regardless if it's come from Texas or the people from Mexico that play Tejano music, or California or Washington, or Michigan and Florida, everywhere else. And
you said Sunday you do classic for yourself?
lowrider oldies.
Soldies.
Solely
Okay,
lowrider oldies.
You don't play any classical Tejano on Mas Chingon during the week and stuff?
No, not really, because I mean
That'd be like 10 years or younger.
But yeah, within the past
see
15
where
years
this is going.
at least.
Okay.
Within the past 15 years, because like I said, we have enough stations in this industry playing the same songs over and over, the same 90s, the same Maz, the same. Nothing wrong with them. I'll be the first to. There's nothing wrong.
Ron, he's baiting you, dude. He's
But I'm going to answer the truth, the truth way that I can answer it truthfully, and that's the reason why I invented this station. It's for that reason, because we have all these stations that play the same thing over and over and over, and then they complain, "Oh, we have nothing new." Well, damn, you never play anything new.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad because you know what? There's a lot of female artists that have blown up since I've been gone. I was going, wow, what happened? All these women are in here, and On my show, I call it the Selena effect because all these little girls back in the 90s were born. They're like 5 or 6 years old, and now they're growing up into their own, and now they're singing because they always admired Selena and stuff.
Well, it's not just that though. They've got the mindset now that you can be a great singer, but you have to have an image and a style. And so you see all these female artists who are trying to find their own brand. You got the Magali de la Rosas and the Chevy Loves and come back, Marcus. It's a different mindset than the Laura Canales and people of that that grew up in that generation, because back then it was just singing. They opened the doors by singing songs about love and betrayal and stuff like that, and so that made them stand out. But now after Selena, it's gotten even bigger. Image is everything. You got to be a product.
Okay, what's this deal with this Gumby Bobby Brown haircut that you have of Marcus on your thing?
Oh well, Marcus, there's a picture out there somewhere of Marcus with the Gumby hairdo, and I've asked people on the internet to send me if any of his old friends.
No one will send it, so he made his own picture of me, and he photoshopped the Gumby haircut on.
I bet you Cynthia has it.
Go to the source. That's it. Go to the source.
Go to the wife.
So funny. Did you hear her say that just like 30 minutes ago?
Oh, she said she has it?
She just said that.
You got a filter on, so we can't hear her. Darn it.
No, she doesn't have it.
But to your point about FM stations versus internet, FM stations are driven by sponsors. They have to have, the sponsors are paying them big bucks to play their ads so many times an hour, and they want that particular audience, that particular genre, to listen to whatever their products are, and so they're driven by that. They have to make the money.
Yes and no.
What's up with all these lawyers?
Yes, they have their sponsors, of course. Yes, because that's the way the station is on the air by that. But the stations are ran by the DJs. They have no what do you call them?
Loyalty?
No. Their boss. They're actually program directors. They don't have. Yeah. They have program directors, but they let the DJs control the station.
No, okay. What about sound? Was it SoundScan or ViewScan? SoundScan.
Where they tell you where the songs are coming from.
Well, they tell you who's hot and who's not, kind of things. And so the DJs had a list that they could follow, but they couldn't just bring in new artists all the time and play new music because they had. It
was like the conversation we had yesterday. It was like you have all these somebody's asking me about the countdowns. You have countdowns out there, but you're wondering where them votes are coming from, or because you listen to the FM stations and it's the same songs over and over, and it's the same DJs playing the same songs over and over. Now, if you're listening to the station at a certain time when there's no DJ on, you can hear different songs that you've probably never heard during the day.
You hear them late at night.
No, you can hear them in the evening, or like I said, when they fired their DJs. That's when you can hear different songs, but as soon as they get the DJs back on, it's the same stuff over and over and over, and it's like,
buddy,
that's why I'm glad we have internet radio.
Well, buddy, I'd like to ask you, if you have a sponsor paying you for Tejano Day, for spots in Tejano time, and they say, we want you to play more of this, would you agree to something like that? We got $50,000 here, buddy, just going to help you with Tejano time. Your budget is now increased by
selling your soul.
50,000.
No, I wouldn't do that, but I would sell a time for 50. You can do it, dude. But no, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I after Vegas Tejano this year, somebody says, "How much can I pay so you could play my song or show videos?" I said, "You can't pay me anything because I don't do that."
That's the one thing we did forget was payola back in the day. Yeah, payola worked.
I like it. I'll play it, but you're not going to pay me anything to do it. I mean, nobody. This is out of my pocket. No, I don't have. I got a full-time job. And like I was telling somebody the other day, I only work 1,000 hours a year. like that. The rest of the time, I'm doing whatever I want.
Hey, Juan,
Yes.
just out of curiosity, so when you do private events, do you play what you want, or do you play what you know that they're gonna want?
If they hire you,
No,
you
no,
should
no.
play what you want.
Wow,
No,
No, not all this.
what fantasy world are you from, buddy?
It's not always that case. I mean, you want to play what you know that's going to keep the people
Right.
dancing. That's the point. You're trying to be there to keep the people dancing and keep the people on the floor. Now, of course, they'll come up with their little requests. Say, hey, play un puño de tierra, play, masore or something like that. And of course, you got to keep the kids happy, and jumping around down there on the dance floor and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a little give and take. I mean, you got to play what you think is going to get them going. Hopefully you can actually get them to dance, and they'll think, okay, man, that's a badass song. Let me go download it, or you Shazam it or something like that, or whatever. But a lot of the time, it's mostly what they're going to end up playing, because that's why they're paying you for that private gig.
You're the professional. You know what will get a party going and what people like, because you got to satisfy everybody. So
Yeah.
I would say you play what you want because you know it's going to work.
Well, I mean,
So
there's a difference between a private party and internet radio station. So I mean, the internet radio station, nobody has control over that except for me myself. So, and I just want to show something different. I want to show the new artists that are coming out, regardless if they're green or they've been around for a little while. Just want to show something different. I play Que me lleven canciones for the 50th millionth time today.
Me llevan canciones.
I just don't want to play that, because you turn into an FM station, I guarantee you one of them are actually playing that song at that moment. So, it's just that way.
Hey, buddy, did you do private gigs? You DJ'd private gigs? No,
I'm a DJ. I don't DJ. I'm a VJ. I only do videos.
He's a VJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll just send this question to Juan, because I've always
wait. I did do a wedding because I had the video camera, so I did it for like $200 back in the day. I just shot, had everybody do it. I did that once, and I said, okay, I'm not doing it. But you know what? You guys got on me yesterday because I said that you were the only male black Tejano singer. Like that.
Yes, you forgot about Bobby Butler.
Butler, yeah.
How am I supposed to know he's black if he doesn't have a video?
Nigga, please. He was a jockey of the Ace of Spades, buddy. Could you not? Was it too far fetched?
I only listened to because does he have a black Latin sound?
Well, so okay, wait. The question is, okay, you had your show like 90. What year?
96. I started the show in 96, the year after Selena died.
So where were they? D? I couldn't tell you. Where? I mean, I know what were the Tortilla Factory doing?
I don't know the Tortilla Factory.
I don't think they're really doing much at that point.
I don't even know any of their songs.
Because I know somewhere in the mid, like 2010, somewhere in there afterwards, is when they started doing a reunion thing, and then
during the late 80s into the 90s, Tortilla Factory was.
We probably need to know when Ham passed away. So when Ham passed away,
that was like in 2015, 16, somewhere on there.
Yeah.
I know they had released an album, and then Bobby Butler had released an album at that time. I think it was his last one too, and then he passed away a few years later. So I mean, they were doing like a little reunion thing afterwards. But
probably all their videos are probably from the 70s. They have most of their videos are live concerts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in Culturas, the white boy Kevin Russell used to play saxophone in Tortilla Factory with Bobby Butler. So his distinction was, I played with both black guys in Tejano music. So now he's just got to hunt you down, Marcus, and.
Like I
heard he's somewhere around here in Central Texas somewhere.
He is. He's a high school teacher.
Yeah. I didn't know any music unless it came from EMI, Sony, Tejas Records, Hacienda Records, Freddie Records, Manny Records. Who else was there? Oh, there was a couple. Margot Raimundo had are you familiar with Margot?
Yeah, Margot Raimundo, yeah.
She's from North Texas. And I think it was an independent label that had her. I probably shouldn't say that.
See, I'll say this. I moved back to Texas from California in like 1990 or whatever. After that was when the height of Tejano was starting to come around. You know, David Lee and Emilio and all that stuff was coming around. After I didn't know who. I honestly didn't know who Pio Trevino was. I didn't know who Movida was. I didn't know who all them guys were at that point because they weren't really getting the airplay on the radio station. It was just always the same guys over and over until I got into the internet side of it, which was back, you know, in 2011, 2012. That's when I started hearing all this stuff, and it was all brand new to me. And I started getting more interested into it. And I was like, where's all this music been in the 90s? I didn't hear none of it, you know, with the FM stations.
Tejano started in mid 90s for me. Like I'm not a fan of the orchestra Tejano back in the day that you
were. Dude,
don't say that too loud.
I didn't even like these. No, he's a big fan of orchestra, of course. Trombone there.
Dude, we played rancheras, we played cumbias, we played all the stuff, and where it originally came from the bolero from
here.
Well, how do you like it? How do you like it now, buddy? Has it grown on you?
Oh yeah, I still love it. You know what?
The
new stuff.
The orchestra.
Oh no, I still don't like it.
Okay, but you need to check out.
When you say Sunny Azuna and
the man, why am I drawing a blank? La 45.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh, I've heard them play before, but I'm not an orchestra kind of guy.
Yeah, I love La 45.
And he started out not liking an accordion.
The screen has died. No, I'm just you know, I don't like metal rock either. Okay, I don't.
Oh no.
I like metallic.
You put Stephanie in front of an orchestra. I bet you he'll like it.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's Stephanie.
Yes.
In Denver, Cuba Radio, you can request a song and they'll say, "Oh, we don't have the music in our library," even if you give the radio host a copy of the music. Dee, weren't you working for Cuba Radio?
I'm looking at Daniel Martinez, and I'm going, is that DJ? It better not be. It better not be. No, I was a DJ. We had a Canción Mexicana. It was 4 hours every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I digitized the entire library. And so I know what they had. I spent 8 months digitizing because it was all CDs. We had to use CD decks. And I said, please let me move you guys into the future. Just computer, press a button, and it plays. And so it wasn't their fault that they didn't have the music because it was a community-owned station, and they had to do fundraising. It's like PBS, fundraising drives every quarter to try to raise money to keep the station going. And people would donate CDs and stuff like that. So if we didn't have the music, we didn't have it. But before, you had to go into the library. If you got a request, can you play Puño de Tierra by this New Mexican band? Or, I can go look for it, but then you're by yourself. You got 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes maybe. You run back, look for it, can't find it, play another couple of songs, run back and try to find it. No. So digitizing, I could just type it in and we had it.
That's when Lila started sending you music, huh?
Dude, like I said, she is the hardest working person in the industry, period. I have got so much.
He likes that.
Yeah, he does.
You like that comment?
Oh, yeah. He's been out of the game for 20 years. He has no clue what happened to Tejano at all. Wow, dude.
You forget. Okay, this poster right here, Tejano's more on the music. Mm-hmm. I like the newer stuff. Well, back in the 90s, it's new. Now it's classic. But
yeah, it's classic now.
Yeah, but I like La Diferencia. It wasn't typical Tejano. And they had a little fun. I mean, I love almost everything that Ricardo did, and I enjoy. Ricardo was at Vegas this year. Hey, did you guys know I went to Vegas this year?
You had him on your show yet?
No, but you know what? I do have his contact information. But yeah, I had him back in the 90s several times on the show. I pretty much had everybody on the show. The only band, I started after Selena, of course. What's it?
Don't say the night over at Go headquarters if you get a chance. Man, them boys can party. I swear. Yeah. We went out there last year for Fanfare. I think we stayed out there because they played at Jaime's place, little outdoor covered area,
Right next to him, right?
and right next door to him is their recording studio. Man, they stayed in there till about I think me and Lila left probably about 3 o'clock in the morning. Them guys are still at it all the way till the sun came up. So them boys can party over there like 45. So there's some
But
party animals.
that's part of the cultura. Don't you remember after a gig or something, going to somebody's house and somebody, hey, let me make some bacon and eggs, and people are playing guitar and drinking beer. Somebody had that wash tub out back with ice and beer, and that's all you heard at 4 a.m. was that as you search for beer. Hey man,
I was spoiled because Desperados had Tootie's Tacos right outside of it. Do you remember that, Marcus?
Yeah, over like you go to the right. Oh yeah, I know exactly where that truck was. Heck yeah,
Like that Tootie's Tacos.
yes sir.
They always fed me over there.
sorry, in San Antonio, it's Tinka Taco. Tinka Taco was the place to be after any event, and so great tacos to this day. And
I don't live in San Antonio. I would be bigger than I am right now because I would just eat. Like, I eat one meal
That's
a
all they
day.
do there. Party and eat.
Yeah.
see,
So I
but
eat one meal a day.
that's your problem, buddy. I learned that the hard way too. One meal a day, your body starts to hold on to as much nutrients as it possibly can. You're not hungry though.
I'm not
Go
hungry.
ahead.
Yeah,
I know you're not hungry.
I'm not.
You need to eat small, little bit. They got me on this program now that
I lost 25 pounds this year so far.
Then what are you talking about being fat for? What are you
Because I'm
for?
fat. I said I lost 25. I'm still fat, dude.
Man, I'm fat.
I was 258 this January. Now I'm like, well, I gained.
Come on, you're the mathematician. How much is he lost?
I was down to 235, but then I saw another YouTube and they said my metabolism's plateaued for a while, and so you got to bulk up so your metabolism goes back. And now this is the end of summer, so now I'm back to fasting. I eat one meal a day, 4 days a week, and then I eat two like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I still watch it. So I'm planning to lose another 20, 25 pounds by Christmas.
Sí, gordo, sí.
I hope. I told my students I was fasting, but I don't go to the gym. I don't work out. And they said, why are you not doing that? And I said, because I'd rather not eat 2 cookies than work out.
They're gonna work out.
500 calories, 2 chocolate chip cookies. I just don't eat them. And I rather than 10,000 steps. Here's 2 cookies. I'm not going to eat.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I eat mostly protein and some fruit.
We're at 1 hour and 52 minutes. I didn't give my 1 hour warning that this is an hour show and that we haven't hit an hour yet, and we're doing it again. Of course, Buddy was bragging last night. He wants to hit the 3 hour mark.
Yeah, I told my daughter, I said, I'm not going to bed until 11 o'clock.
We're gonna get complaints. People saying, "Please end your show."
For real.
I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You guys were still on.
Let me
You
tell
should
you
have had
about
Mart on. What's up, Mart?
Martin, you should have had me on the show subbing for Nemo.
Yes. You know what? I always thought Mart would be a good co-host in case I need it.
Martin said, I met y'all there at the 45 party last year.
we didn't sleep
They didn't sleep at all. They didn't sleep at all, man. I think DJ Noonan was over there too, and I don't think he slept all night
I
either.
met Mart at Bumper's house last what is it? Spring break. It was at Fanfare. I thought it was Bumper's cousin. And then he's from Fort Worth, so he contributes a lot to my show. Tells me what's going on.
Buddy.
Yes,
buddy. Oh, let's end the show with your story.
Paul Rodriguez.
Paul Rodriguez story. Okay, well,
Wait, I want to settle in. Hold on. Let me get a blanket.
I pulled this from my wall right here.
Fiesta Texas.
This is a LULAC one from Fort Worth. It was in '95, and so this is the year Selena died. And so Paul Rodriguez was hosting a fiesta at Fort Worth back then, and so I told you I was part of Dance Tejano. So LULAC asked these 2 girls to be hosts to Paul, and so they weren't comfortable being with Paul by themselves, so they asked me. So it was a 3-day event, so we were tasked with helping Paul Rodriguez entertain him a little bit. And so one night, the first night, he was telling us about Selena. He said that he how was it? He was saying he was so sad about her passing away, and he said that there was one time I took a picture at Tejano Rodeo, and I hang it in the kitchen, and I said, "Do you want that picture?" And he said, "Can we do that?" So I called my friends at Tejano Rodeo, set up a VIP table, went to over there and in Fort Worth, and we went to the kitchen, and we took that picture off the wall and presented it to him, and he just held on to that, and he was crying. He says it's a whole sad thing and stuff like that. So that was Friday night, okay, and it was we closed the place and stuff like that. Saturday night, he hosted the event again, and he wasn't after. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and first of all, he was hungry, so I took him to Sammy's in Fort Worth. Is an iconic after hours place to eat. But after that, he still was wanting to drink. All the bars were closed, and so you know what? Let me give a couple more phone calls and stuff like that. And so I called. Are you familiar with Fort Worth, Marcus?
No, not like that.
Okay. Well, on North Side, there's a club called We Can Do It, and so we used to do.
Played there.
You played there?
We Can Do It. Oh my God!
Oh yeah. That must have been your early days because it was a small place.
Yeah, it was small.
Yes, and we used to do Dance Tejano there. So I called these guys. It was like well past 2:00 in the morning, and I said, "Hey, I got Paul Rodriguez, and he was so thirsty, like that." And they said, "Dude, we're closed. We can't sell you." I said, "But you know what? This is Paul. Come on over. We'll just keep the doors open. All the alcohol is free." And so we just partied for till like 3 or 4. I mean 4 or 5 in the morning and stuff like that. And then on Sunday he was hosting, but he had to fly out that night. But we went to restaurants and stuff like that. But I always remembered him crying over that Selena picture. So I don't know. You could ask him about him. He said, "Hey, we had Buddy, the guy that helped you out with that picture."
No, man, we need to have him on the show next week.
No, you're having
2 weeks.
Oh no, D knows him personally.
Okay,
Yeah.
you had Paul.
In recording. Okay, cool.
You're having Paul when, like, in a couple weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Weeks, okay. Well, I'm definitely going to listen. I actually saw him in Arlington perform this past, a year ago, last September, and I felt bad for him.
So my complaint with you now, buddy, is you were one of those enablers, because that's the thing. When you had celebrity or any kind of status, people went out of their way to do stuff for you illegally. And so
There's nothing illegal that I did.
Were they permitted to serve alcohol after 2 a.m.?
It's a private bar.
Did you encourage them?
They didn't sell us anything. They didn't sell us anything. It was all free. They didn't sell us anything.
Exactly my point. It was free drugs as opposed to the drugs you pay for.
This is back in the 90s, dude.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know a whole lot of Paul Rodriguez stories that involve the same types of situations. So yeah.
And I'm sure he'll tell a few of them himself.
Yeah. And then I met Alex Ramundo. Margot's brother, like that. A couple. It was like 2 summers, 2 Vegas Tejanos ago, and I told him about the story about Margot, and I guess I'll tell you the story.
Okay, Kim, go ahead, because I got to.
Yeah, I guess like that. Margot she just had this label. I think it was I don't think it was called Ichiban Records or something like that. I think there was another artist that had Ichiban or something like that. But I forgot what?
I said sticky buns, but go ahead.
Yeah, and I was telling this to Alex, and I said, I don't know if I should tell you that. I said, oh, you got like a, am I gonna have to beat you up after this story? I said, I don't know. you determine that later. I said, and then so I met Margot took me to meet because she just came out with the Kaba, the video, and she, I saw her. She was on the show several times and stuff like that, and so she took me to see her label, and then she was friendly and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden I feel a tug like that, and I'm going, and she goes, oh no, oh no, no, and she drops to her knees like that. And she wore this little thing that was like frizzy stuff, and it got caught in my zipper. And then she went and said, I don't want to rip this. So she got on her knees and she's trying to get it up. And I looked up and I said to the guys that were there, I said, I have this effect on women.
No, you can't get away with that these days now.
No joke. I got away with a lot of stuff.
Speaking of which, a question.
I'm ashamed about most of the things I did back in the 90s.
So, what's your arrest record like?
0.
Never been arrested for anything.
I've been to jail to bail other friends out, but not me. I'm not saying I shouldn't have been in jail, but I've never had to do that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
What's your record?
Interesting story there, but I guess not. What's mine like?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You've been arrested?
Oh, I've been arrested simply for not paying speeding tickets because I have a lead foot, and I learned to pay my tickets after. But it was after a gig, and I was dressed in spandex, thigh-high boots, and polyester shirt. And the guards.
You had that mop haircut back in the day.
Mop. Thanks. Mop.
Well, that's what it
Anyway, I was pulled over for not having paid a speeding ticket. So they put me in jail overnight. And the guard kept saying, son, are you a homosexual? I said, no. It was red spandex pants, a white polyester shirt, and tie. And they kept saying, son, we can separate you and put you in the other cell. No, I'm not a homosexual. They kept asking me over and over like I was denying it or something. I said, no, I play in a band. Anyway, and they brought some homosexual prisoners by and put them in a special section. And he goes, son, you really don't want to go over there? You're sure you're not a homosexual? No, I'm not a homosexual. And then I get recognized as, hey, cultura! And all my nightmares about jail were vanquished because these guys were like, hey, man, where'd you play? And they were all friendly, so it's great. I didn't have to worry about picking up soap or anything.
I got 3 speeding tickets within a week.
Oh, boo-hoo!
I got out of all of them.
Well,
yeah. I got one was in a school zone near where I used to work.
School zone late to work or what?
No, it was after school. Because usually I stay after like 4 or 5 o'clock, and it's usually regular. But the time I got off early,
he's plowing through children trying to leave work.
I was lucky because the guy didn't put West in the address, and the judge threw it out because he put the wrong address.
Dude, man, I had a judge. He let me hang myself, I guess, because I wouldn't complain. The guy wrote the wrong color car, wrote the wrong license plate, and so the judge kept asking me, so is there anything? I said, he got all this information wrong. And all he wanted me to do was sum up that, yes, I should be released because he's obviously wasn't paying attention, doing his job, and I'm not guilty. But the judge, I listed all those facts, and he says, and so what you're saying is, and I didn't make that connection. He says, okay, fine, $200.
I was lucky because I saw I told you I got 3 tickets in the same week. One of them wasn't in the computer system when I was trying to get out of the second one. Like that. And so, I went to a lawyer, and I went to one of those bulk lawyers, and they said they get like 50 of them, and they said, I want a trial lawyer for all. I want a trial for all of these. And so the judge says, well, these 30 we'll let them go, and these you have to give them like what's that, defensive driving and stuff like that. So I was lucky. I was one of the 30, and then the last one I couldn't get out of, but I had a friend. What's it? Okay. I had,
He's reading the credits.
what is it? I can't read.
Hey, Juan, you need to post more of these comments because they're said the one about Buddy forgot his glasses today, so he can't read the comments. That's from Mark Favila. People have been writing stuff.
Yeah, when Nico was not around, Buddy has full freedom of speech.
Yeah, thanks, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby's a regular on Tejano also. But
we can jump in.
I got lucky because my friend Roberto Alonso was a Texas state senator at that time. And so he was my lawyer. He didn't get me out of it, but I got defensive driving because of that one.
Wow. I've been trying to convince Marcus to use his gold card. Every Tejano artist has a gold card. I'm a lead foot. I would speed all the time after performances, and DPS would pull me over. And they'd come up to the window and they say, D, man, just slow down, all right? So I call that my gold card. Marcus, you've got one, dude.
Yeah.
You have to try yourself.
90 to 2000, it was gold. Now it's like, I don't know.
You look suspect now.
Yeah, it's not gold, man. It's more like, what do you call it?
Clay?
Fake gold. I don't know.
Right.
Gold plated.
I think to this day I stopped after those 3 tickets. I said I'm not going to speed anymore, so I don't speed anymore.
D, when does the Culturas tour begin, and where is the first show?
We don't know yet, but it'll begin as soon as we finish the album. The album is being delayed simply because of I'm in Colorado. Ernie, the engineer's in Nashville. Carlos and Delia are in San Antonio, and we just have to coordinate schedules. But it's a doozy. We worked on a song today that I was just like, this is a great song. So you guys
are going to tour?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. What's the point of making an album if you're not going to tour? We did it. That's it. We can retire. Be happy.
Marcus has been in the studio, haven't you? You've been in the studio recording some stuff.
Yeah. I got some things in the work. I have Eddie.
Did you buy some good songs?
Huh?
Did you buy some good songs?
Actually, no. Actually, it's just a little personal project that I always wanted to do. I'm gonna go through about 4 EPs and just doing my favorite covers. So,
but Marcus,
yeah.
Take advantage of this show because we've made friends with a ton of people who have said they'll be on our projects. Invite people. They love to do stuff like this, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I had a question because I rewatched the show several times during the day.
You got nothing to do with your life, do you? You see me in a cushy job, pressing enter for grading papers. You said 90% of my time I've got nothing to do. And go ahead.
I work with my brain.
You see what I'm talking about? We have a Three Amigos channel on Roku on Tejano TV, and if you're sitting there watching 24 hours with us, you ain't got no life.
Or you have a job that you only work how many hours? 1,000 hours a year?
You mean Marcus is always online?
1,000 hours a year. That's a full-time job. I only work 1,000. Like that. I calculated that with the student of mine, and I said, "How many hours do I work?" And it was close to 1,000. Actually, it was a little under 1,000, but.
Now watch me trip him up. So what were you going to say?
Well, first, you know what? When I said I worked 1,000, I said, "What the hell am I doing with all this extra time? I'm just like wasting my time. I should be on TikTok doing Tejano videos on that one and all the social media."
You have a TikTok?
Yes, but I only have 3 videos.
Yeah. That's one of the ones.
I got Shelly. I edited some of my Tejano Time videos and I put this to live. I have a Shelly video. I have a Elita on there, and I have Ricardo Castillo.
Just transfer all your YouTube videos over. Do little clips on. It's easy.
What can I put the music video
Without
Yeah.
licensing, you mean?
without what?
Yeah,
Licensing.
I don't think they've regulated it yet because it's a Chinese owned. It's a Chinese owned app.
I got the record label's permissions. Back in the 90s, I got.
Oh no, that don't work. The permission not gonna work. It's weird because I try to post my songs and I get muted.
Well,
I have
know
to
Facebook
I have
does
to
that.
pull the clip from TikTok. But if I try to upload the song, it'll get muted. But you have to pull it from TikTok to use that music on TikTok. It's weird.
Strip the DRM.
Oh,
Okay, we got to talk later. We'll talk later about that.
yeah, but
Yeah, they won't let you. I don't know why. It's like
what were you
Facebook.
asking me? Oh, I was going to ask you this because we were talking about copyrights,
Yes.
and so can a writer sell his song more than once?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so but a lot of people do covers.
Sure. People do covers, and the art and the writer will still get royalties from those, but the writer cannot sell the song. Oh, okay, I read into this, and sorry, Juanita, I love you to death. Where the writer can put a time limit, and if they don't record the song in a certain period of time, even though they paid for it, and if they don't record it in a say a year or 2 years, then they lose the right to that song. They paid to rent it for 2 years for $100 or whatever, and so then you could sell it that way. There's ways to get around it, but it's.
I was good. Why would anybody sell a song like that? I mean, I would do it that way. So you got a year.
I mean, if you're a prolific songwriter and somebody says, "Oh, I need a cumbia about a little baby at a well," okay, and they just write up. They come up with lyrics. You pay them for it.
Yeah, but
they own the song.
a year for it. If you
Yeah.
don't use it, it's mine again.
Yeah,
I don't know
somebody's-
why a writer wouldn't do that.
Well, all depends on how hard up the writer is. If they need money, they need cash fast, whatever. No, but you've got options. You can do it that way. You can sell the rights to the song, just sell, give it away basically, and whatever they do with it, they do with it. Or you can buy the rights to the song, and if you don't use that song, and then within a year, 2 years, or whatever the length of the contract is, then it reverts back to you.
Is it always 50%?
Oh, for a songwriter, yes. That's the rule, the law.
The law?
Mhm.
Could it be like 60% if they wanted to? If they negotiated? I don't know.
Dude,
Like if you get the side of the song, is that I'll write you a banger of a song, but I'm going to get 60%.
just for that one song or for all your works? I mean,
One song. I don't know. I guess I could read that. Yeah, I didn't realize when you said that the artist gets the only like a small percentage because they get a portion of the first one. That's where I was going. That's how they lose out because they get stuff catered to them. The record label owns the catering company. They own the studios and all that other stuff. So they say, oh well, we charge this, and your
All the
portion
perks.
goes up.
well, the record company only can charge for things that were used in production of that album, that CD, that particular work, or the length of their contract. So if it's performances and catering and stuff like they take out my green M&Ms and stuff, that's different. That doesn't involve the record.
I was probably thinking about movies, where they get this on the same.
Oh, the craft services.
Yeah, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no, if it was movies, that's different because they have to eat movie sets.
Okay.
And so I'm sure all you people out there just loved hearing that little bit of information.
Mine.
A lot of them were lost in that
I know.
information.
Well, this was just for us. It wasn't for everybody else.
We're
El Guy.
We're live.
El Guy.
Okay.
It's time to start wrapping it up. This is officially our longest show now. 2
It is
hours,
now.
Oh, really?
14
You broke it.
minutes. Yes.
Wait, what was
203.
Madison's?
Madison's was 203. You're
Oh, I thought it was like 2 hours and 7 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
Hell
no,
yeah.
no. You
Oh,
think
that's why I said 3.
that's why you said 3.
Yeah, because I thought it was close to 3 hours.
So, I mean, really, this is supposed to be an hour show, but
Right.
we decided to drag it along.
It has never happened once.
No, it's not.
You guys were on the show for close to 2 hours. It was like an hour and 40 something minutes.
And you guys you guys are really for an hour on your show.
Yeah, we pretty much try to shoot for an hour, but because Nemo, he loves his mom a lot, and he has to take care of his mom, and he can only do certain things with his mom, like after show, because like she meds and stuff like that. I didn't realize how close he was with his mom.
Mhm.
He knocks me up 'cause I only call my mom once a week.
Oh man.
Mark
that
says,
long?
Me too.
Mark says, Marcus, Juan, and D, we need to talk. As I love to jump on the show, we could talk music and business and all of that for hours.
Wait, what does Mark do? Because he's gone. I don't know what he does. What does Mark do?
I don't know.
Because he's everywhere. I remember we were at New West, and Bumper and I were there. He was there with the Iconics, and Jay was there. And I was telling Bumper, I said, "Why did he have Jay?" And then Mark said, "Oh, I can get Jay for you." And I go, "Who is this Mark guy?" Like, I bet he seems to know everybody. We're friends on Facebook now.
There's another guy by the name of Ernie Villagomez who is with every artist under the sun. And he says, I can always get you that guy. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry if you want to close it, but I have a question. And I have lots of questions. Nico doesn't let me, and I had a bad mic yesterday, so I didn't get to ask a lot of my questions. But I've been gone for 20 years, and then I didn't realize. Someone told me you can't book artists because you want to, because there's like an entity out there that has a contract for certain groups. Sort of like a cartel of promoters and stuff like that.
That own the artist, basically?
Well, they control, like, it's, let's say it's 20 promoters, and they decide where these artists go, and they can't go here because of that. Is there any validity to that?
It used to be that way because but that was mainly in Mexico, though, because like Apodaca Productions, which was what was his name, Oscar Flores.
Buddy, are you talking about New West, buddy?
No, not in New West.
Okay.
It's actually in Fort Worth. I heard people talking in Fort Worth.
Well, this guy, Oscar Flores, used to own Bronco and Límite and Tigres del Norte, and so they could only perform at functions that he approved. But I don't know if there was a competition like cartels fighting each other.
No, it's not like they all meet in Vegas. They have a sit down. I mean, it could have just been a story, but I was going.
That sounds like mafiosi, my friend. Yeah, basically what you. Are you giving me Italian? Hey.
Yeah.
No, not that I know of. I mean, artists are handled by their management, whoever manages them, managers and agents, and the agents book the gigs for as much money as they can possibly get away with.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's all about making money.
Yes. And control, from what I hear.
The control to make money. If you own the rights to that artist, basically, that's where the jackpot is. That's cha-ching.
Yeah. All in the contract you sign.
Yeah.
What other questions before we go? He's out. Okay. Good night, buddy.
I'm trying to still think of the most embarrassing story. I can't.
Oh no, I'm sure Paul Rodriguez is going to tell us a bunch about the story.
Yeah, a lot. He's going to tell us a lot, I'm sure.
About Buddy.
I remember the Selena picture, but he probably doesn't remember me, but I'm the guy that did that for him.
Nice.
Well,
But
we'll come to
when is
December.
your show on? Let everybody know when your show is on
We
and
stream
where they can
live.
watch it.
We stream live every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Unless your Facebook account is blocked.
I don't have a Facebook. I don't have a Facebook stream. We only stream on YouTube until Lawrence and I get this project going, and then we might have a Facebook together. But we're still in the works and doing another project.
Nice.
And you know what? I want to talk to you guys, Tejano TV, and see if we can work with projects together.
Yeah.
As Juan always says, don't call us, we'll call you. How's that?
Oh, okay.
My people call your people.
You guys said you were working on a video countdown with
A VJ program.
A VJ program. I'm just gonna give you my 2 cents. I never liked video countdowns, like top tens, because there's always pretty much the same videos go. Okay, this is top 10, and they just go slowly lower and like that, because there's more singles out there than videos out there. So the videos tend to stay in the same category. And I only did one show like that out of like, I don't know, like over 100 video shows that I did, because I just wanted to put I would have culturas. I would promote what they're doing. I would put a music video, but I inserted other videos for other ones.
That's the problem that this man says is out there, that people just keep repeating the same things. Whereas
I made sure I switched it out.
Well, it's not going to be a countdown per se. That's not what I'm looking for. It's
okay. That's what I thought you said.
What we're looking for is just someone to introduce a video, tell a little story about the artist, the band, or whatever, wherever they come from, and it's just that, just to introduce a video and the person, the people behind it and stuff. That's all it is. It's not going to be a countdown. That's not what we're looking for.
Or maybe highlight an artist that week or something like that.
Yeah,
that's what I used to do.
Because we already have a countdown that I put on there. So, and
for videos,
video countdown.
Yeah.
Same as our top 20 countdown. You know, people go on there and vote on the website, and I put them on there at the end of the week.
Yeah, that never interested me to have a countdown. I mean, the countdown that we did was at the end of the year, our top 10 videos of the year.
Well, the reason why is because, videos, they get lost on YouTube. They come out and that's it. They're on demand for a little bit and you forget about them. So that's the reason why we did Tejano TV, so that we can see those videos. And there's a lot of videos on there that people have never seen before. Yeah. And that's the reason for the station itself. And that's the reason for Tejano TV, is to bring you other stuff than, like I said earlier, that you have never heard before, like compared to the stuff that you hear daily. It's something to bring, something different.
Right. Hey, Juan, I think you're missing the point. I think he's auditioning for the VJ.
No.
Submit your resume, a little video clip. Do you work?
It's Tejano time. That's what I do. That's what I do. Do you have
green screen? Do you do green screen work? That's stuff that's not there.
I have several green screens. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it, though, because I've been recording at all the fanfares and like that, because I have to have a catalog of videos, because I don't go to the nightclubs every week. I'm refusing to do that because I'm old. I don't want to do that. Do you know who Lexi Rodriguez is?
I've heard
TikToker, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted her to be to take over It's Tejano Time. Like that. I want a new face. Nobody wants to see my face. I don't even want to see my face. I never wanted to be in front of the camera, but I would almost give it to her. Like I think it's so easy. I'll give you all my videos, and I said, as long as you promote it and love Tejano music, that's the only reason I'm back, because I want to promote Tejano music again.
That's good. You just need to find somebody who is knowledgeable of the industry, someone who has a passion for it, and someone who understands, like the artist past, what they're bringing out, where they're recording at, who their producer is and stuff. Like, you got to know these things. That way they can be the front person to entertain whoever's watching them and say, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that person was doing this. And, give them a story, give them something to
that's hard to do.
Appreciate. Yeah.
Like a good luck finding. I guess you already have somebody in mind. I said good luck finding somebody like that.
Marcus is headhunting, and So Marcus is in charge of that department.
You're looking for somebody like in the 30s or 20s, right?
Yeah, I already found her.
Okay,
You
good.
probably know her.
I don't think age really matters.
I
He
know
knows her. Yeah, but you got to wait until we premiere the
Really
show. Yeah.
good. It gives you something to ponder in the weeks.
Stephanie's daughter, is it?
Who?
Stephanie's
No.
daughter.
Oh wow, that would be a good one.
Oh yeah, they did. Did you see that their show?
it was I think
TV.
He's
TNA.
actually going for this
Yeah.
one. We're at 225. Nobody's gonna crack this record.
No,
Buddy, you officially
We got to end this show, man.
Okay.
We gotta end this show.
I got a long day
put it up
tomorrow.
2.5
I
hours.
broke the record.
He's trying to go for the 3.
You smashed the record, buddy.
I smashed the record. Okay, good. As long as I broke the record, that's all.
Nobody's gonna come close to this.
No.
All right. Hey, you
All right,
got. Wait, before I do this. Wait. I'm gonna appeal to you guys one more time, D. But Marcus, we're gonna have you in January.
Gotcha.
Okay, and I'll get back to you like in November because, like I said, we're booked up until December. I never wanted all these artists on my show.
I'm glad you're advertising that.
I'm serious. Nemo has been forcing me to be artists, but now that I'm like, gosh, because I wanted us to be, it's like Tejano Talk. It's just two guys talking, and then every once in a while we have Tejano artists. I wanted like maybe 2 a month.
Yeah.
People are calling back. I said, okay, I got this slot open. I got this slot open.
All right.
I got to be in October. All right, I guess I'll take my day out and I'll put you in. I got 1 day in November that it's open for right now. And then December, I got to take a break, but I don't know. But I'll get you in January. And
Gotcha.
Dean, you were joking. You were joking, right? You are going to be on my show.
Never in a million years.
He's only teasing, man. He will be.
He will be.
D never says no, but he's enjoying telling you no.
Nemo would be heartbroken if Delia didn't come because he's got that story and he wants to share it with her.
I talked to her today. I almost said I always wanted her to come pop into the show just to talk to you today. And I said,
Okay.
no, but they're putting giant boulders in the backyard today, so we didn't have a Culturas meeting normally on Wednesdays. So
Nemo was embarrassed. I was embarrassed too in front of Delia.
he started another story.
I could not stop butchering her name. And she kept correcting me. I said, "Oh my god."
You calling it Delia? Were you calling it Delia?
Yeah, Delia. I couldn't. Delilah. I kept Delilah. I was going to Debbie.
Oh, man, we're losing Juanita.
We're losing it. We're losing it. We gotta go.
People are writing into the comments, "I'm sleepy."
Okay,
Like end the show already.
All right,
End
let's
it.
go. Let's go.
Okay.
Buddy,
Thanks for having me here.
thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate your
Thanks for
time.
being on the show. It might be our last Tejano Talk. Facebook is probably gone out of my.
How are you guys going to market this? Yesterday was book 1. Today's the sequel.
Wait. Hey, Mark, could you check my see if my subscribers went down?
Okay.
Or
No.
I'm hoping I got a little boost today. Before we go, let's check. If I broke 600.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, let's see who we got for next week's show.
This week on the Three Amigos Show.
Our guest this week has been a driving force in the Tejano industry for much of his young life. Chente Barrera has appeared on many of Tejano's greatest hits as a background vocalist, drummer, and producer. Now stepping out on his own as a singer in the last few years, he's won multiple Grammy and Tejano Music Awards. Join us on August 23rd as we sit down with the great Chente Barrera.
Right here on the Three Amigos Show.
We're going to have artists calling in to cancel their interviews.
You said it was only an hour show, man.
Marathon.
599 still.
Yeah, I know that. So one of these guys need to get you to 600. One.
Well, it's not going to be D. 'cause we don't know.
Well, he already lost one, so we got to get him 2 now.
Hey, Mark, you can,
No, I got them up to $5.99 online. You need to get them up to $600.
$5.98 after yesterday. Last one yesterday. No, Mark didn't do it back up.
All right, the next person who likes his YouTube page will get a free Tejano Time T-shirt.
I don't sell these shirts.
Oh damn!
These are one of the I need to start making these because people at San Antonio and Vegas are asking me for it. Sorry, I don't sell them.
Yeah, but not on a teacher's salary, right?
Yeah, I don't want inventory. I mean, I don't have to carry stuff around with me. It's
work. It's work.
All right, but thank you so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
But of course, we want to thank my baby Lila Cervantes with Lila Lee's Promotions, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Danny Farias, Mar Azul Tequila, the new face of tequila, and of course our brand new sponsors, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, selling new CDs since 1985. I am El Guy Juan Mendoza.
I'm the Daster.
The Midnight Mariachi.
And Buddy Saucedo. And it's always Tejano Time.
There you go. And we'll see you next week with Chente Barrera.
Next time on the Three Amigos Show.
Well, I gotta say, our guest next week has been a driving force in the Tejano industry for much of his life. Chente Barrera has appeared on many of Tejano's greatest hits as a background vocalist, drummer, and producer. Join us on August 23rd as we sit down with the great Chente Barrera right here on the Three Amigos Show. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com, musician Danny Farias, Mar Azul Tequila, taste the new face of tequila, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view the Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices.
Y otra india era tacha.